Cairo, thank you for the sub! Thank you so much! Thank you for the Prime sub! Huh? Uh-oh. 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 Hello, everyone! Hello! Hi, Raiders! I had to bounce over pretty quick. How's it going? Welcome in, Shy. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. How are we doing? This is different. Welcome in. Let me say hello to everyone. There's a lot of people here right now. How are we? Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Tomo. I am the Gyaru Mecha Pilot VTuber from the moon who may or may not be associated with the Yakuza. Welcome in. We have a kind of a big fun stream tonight planned. Shy, if you need to go do some after stream care and lurk, do whatever you gotta do, by all means, please do. I'll take no offense to it, and I'll be sure to take good care of everybody tonight. While I autistically ramble about the stuff I loved from 2023, because that's what we're doing tonight. Welcome to the Tomo Awards. This is, my annual year in review stream where I just kind of babble about stuff I liked, and I will have... One sec, let me retrack. The mouth tracking isn't great. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's much better. I will be babbling about my favorite media of last year, and I'll also have some friends on to talk about it. But before we do that, let me greet everybody. I'm Big Eep, so I'll be lurking. No worries! Favorite part of the Tomo Aries Awards, listening to Tomo. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking blush. Oh my god. Anyways, let me say hi to everybody. Cairo, how's it going? King Elf, congrats on first. Hi. Wow, Cairo was here early. Holy shit. I'm sorry I was late then. Normally I make a bigger deal of this stream every year. I think it's going to be a little more casual this year. But it is going to be fun to kind of babble a little bit about the stuff I like, because I love babbling. Anyways, looky what I found. What'd you find? Okinawa, how's it going? Cairo, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, you found the sub. Yuri, hi. Lycan, hi. Let me say hi to all the raiders too. Bananas. Bake. Or is it Bake? Bake. Hi. 2 pods, 1 pea, so true. Karai, how's it going? Shy, hi. Welcome in. RPG player, how's it going? I'm also an RPG player. I'm playing through Yakuza 8 right now. So true. How's it going, everybody? Like it, thanks for the lurk, bud. I'm blushing. Oh my god, so true. Yo, Prime subs rock. You're reminding me too. My Prime sub just came back today. For the month, so I'm gonna have to make my friends fight over who gets it. They're gonna have to like have like a Hunger Games style motherfucking just to win my my Prime sub for the month. Anyways, so every year for the last many years, I used to even do this in video format and put it on like YouTube and stuff. It's been a while, but then I started doing it in writing. Well, actually, I think I started in writing, then I moved to video, then I moved back to writing, and then I became a VTuber. But I do this every year, where I like to list off of my favorite, particularly albums and video games, because those are like my 2 favorite things in terms of like media. I don't really watch a lot of movies or TV. I love listening to music, and I love playing video games. So those are the things I usually talk about every year, and I'll do a big list every year. I think, briefly, before we get started, I'm going to actually pull up the VOD from last year's show that we did, because I want to see what I listed off as my favorites, and if any of that is still, like, if it still tracks. I highlighted it. Let me find last year's Tomo Awards. It's probably on my second page of highlighted VODs. Yep, there it is. I did this also late last year. I did it last year on January 19th. And every year I'm always like, oh yeah, let's do this in like the middle of December. And then I always forget. But anyways, let me grab the VOD from last year, and we'll briefly skim over what I picked. And then after I'm done with my picks for this year, we're also going to have a couple of friends come on and talk about some of their favorite things. Again, I wish I was more of a planner for things like this. I literally made this little overlay of stuff just last night because I'm a procrastinator. But I'm gonna have, I think, like 2 or 3 friends hop on and talk about some of their favorite media. The Yiddies be yiddying, for real, for real. Hi, Ellie, how's it going? Welcome in. Oh my gosh, so let me real quick pull this up, and we'll talk about how last year went and see if any of it still holds up, right? So let's have a look. Ooh, geez freaking Louise. So here's my VOD from last year's show. Let's have a peek at the things that I thought were cool last year, and let's see if they hold up, right? I'll keep the music going, actually. Should I put something more chill on? I just wanted to put Deer and Grey on because I'm in that mood, but like, what if I put on, like, what if I put on Prince, the 1979 album by Prince called Prince. Here we go. Let's have a look, though. So, let me go through this. Wow. Right off the bat, chat, nostalgic. We got my old 1.0 model. How crazy is that? And it looks like at the beginning of last year's show as well, I went through my 2021 list. Isn't that crazy? And I think I was seeing if my 2021 list held up. Oh, you know what I forgot to put? In the corner, I left this. In the corner of last year's VOD. Because I want to ask you guys what your favorite things of 2023 were. So let me actually add that to the corner of this stream as well. Let me add like a new text source. Hold up. I call it fave ? I have to select my signature font, which is called Chewy. It's a Google font, and I love it. Let me just real quick make it a gradient. Okay, great. And give it an outline, and the outline's gonna be this color, and it's gonna be, I think, size 14. That's probably fine. What does it say? I don't think I made it say anything. What's your, oh, that's big, fave music games of 2023? Great. And we're just gonna kind of put this right there. Right, chat? Or maybe more like here? That looks less spammy, right, chat? Frigga, how's it going? Welcome in. I can't tell you it's a secret. Yeah, Yuri's is a secret right now. You'll find out why later, chat. Just stuff that came out this year or anything we personally found this year. I'm going to limit it to stuff that came out that specific year. Because, yeah, I'd love to also, if you want to, talk about stuff you got into last year. That's cool, too, because I could talk about that, too. I think right off the bat, if we're going to do that, then, I slept on this band called Loathe for so long. And, like, last year... if anybody isn't aware, maybe those of you who are smart enough to not be on TikTok, the band Deftones have been getting really popular again last year because of TikTok, to the point where they're headlining fucking Coachella this year for the first time ever, that they're playing like a show that big. And just like, I kind of rediscovered my love of Deftones as well, because I've always been a bit of a fan of theirs, but like hadn't really listened in a while since around the time like Ohms came out in 2020. And I found out about this band called Loathe from England. They're from Liverpool. And they fucking rule, and like everyone's been talking about them. And I only fucking found out about them last year, and they're so good. So that's something kind of not new, but also not old that I discovered last year that like wasn't from last year. I think they're putting out a new album this year, which is going to be exciting. Like apparently they like canceled half of their tour from last year just to record a new album. I went to a Ghost concert last year. It was killer. Hell yeah! I saw Ghost live during the original era, actually. That's like a little Tomo fun fact. In 2011, after Opus Eponymous had just come out, I saw them in the middle of a swamp in South New Jersey, on a field at an outdoor music festival in the middle of a swamp outside of Atlantic City. It was Metallica's, I forget what they called the festival, but it was like a Metallica festival. I was there because I believe A Place to Bury Strangers was playing the festival, who are like, I don't even know if they're still around. They were like a shoegaze band, and the guitarist now runs a guitar pedal company called Death by Audio, who are like super popular for guitarists right now. But yeah, his band, they were called, actually, I think she might have come out as trans, actually, last I checked. I could be wrong about that one, so I don't want to, regardless. Band called A Place to Bury Strangers were playing the Metallica Festival, and on top of that, they were also playing the House of Blues in Atlantic City that same weekend before the festival started with the Gaslight Anthem and Cage the Elephant. So I went to that concert because I was the biggest Gaslight Anthem fan, and if we're going to talk about 2023 media, I also need to talk about how disappointed I was with the Gaslight Anthem's first album since 2014 that came out last year, because it was fucking terrible. And also last year, the guy from Cage the Elephant, if we're talking about that whole lineup, the guy from Cage the Elephant apparently got arrested in like January last year for like pulling out a gun in the middle of a hotel. Anyways, but regardless, so I was down there for that concert, and I ended up getting a ticket to that day of the festival. So I wake up at like 11 in the morning, and I just like head down to the festival grounds. I don't really know where I'm going. I figured I'd just check out some music, maybe find something new. And the only stage where music was being played at like 11 in the morning, I go to. I'm like waiting kind of in the back. It's not super crowded yet. I forget who it was. I think it was like Kirk or James from Metallica come out, and they're like, I hope you guys are ready. I hope it's not too early in the morning. I hope you guys have had your coffee, and I hope it's not too early for Scary. Do you guys like Scary? All the way from Sweden. Please welcome Ghost. And it was really cringe. But then this fucking like 30 fog machines start going off. It's like 11 in the morning. This is like a swamp in the middle of New Jersey, like on the coast. And these fucking guys come out in like these white robes. This was like the white robe era Ghost. Like this was like the second costume era. Opus Eponymous had just come out. I had never heard of these guys. They fucking come out to the like Eyes Wide Shut soundtrack. No, that was Papa 1. That was the second incarnation of Papa 1. So Papa 1 comes out with his fucking, what do you call that, like, thing that, like, shoots smoke out of it, like the priest thing? I forget what it is. The Trickster in Dragon's Dogma 2 uses it. I forget what it's called. Nikki, hi! Hi, Nikki! Sorry, I was, like, lost in my train of thought, detailing this analog of how I heard, this overly long analog of how I found out about Ghost for the first time and heard them in 2011 before anybody had heard of them. How's it going, Nikki? Nikki, what was your favorite music / game / any media of 2000? Actually, Nikki, don't answer that. Nikki, do you want to come on stream in like maybe like a half hour and talk about one of your favorite pieces of media of 2023? Do you want to come on into the voice chat and talk about it for a minute? It's called a sensor. Yes, that's what it is. This guy fucking walks out with a sensor. Sure, yeah, hell yeah. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, we have, all right, chat, we got another one who's going to talk about their favorite stuff. I love this. This is so fun, chat. So this fucking guy walks out with a sensor, and then they start playing Con Clavi Con Dio with that bass line, that dirty fucking... And they fucking blow me away. I immediately... I didn't even give a fuck about the rest of the bands I saw at that festival, because I saw Cage the Elephant last night, I saw A Place to Bury Strangers last night, they played the same fucking set list. I don't even care about Metallica, so like I just kind of watched. It was okay, it was a Metallica concert, you know, it's what you'd expect from a Metallica concert in 2011, you know, they played like Death Magnetic stuff. But I had such an amazing time seeing Ghost for the first time that I went home, went on iTunes, and I immediately bought that fucking album. And to this day, I had a lot of religious trauma because I was raised Christian, so like there have been many times in my life where I have deleted that from my iTunes account because I'm like, no, I have to be godly. I don't want to die early. I have to delete all of my satanic music off my hard drive. I can't listen to Behemoth anymore. Oh, I think I saw Behemoth at that festival too. Which probably was unmemorable because The Satanist hadn't come out yet, and that's literally their first good album. Wait, no, that's not true. The Apostasy is pretty good. Anyways, The Satanist is the best black metal album of all time, though. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyways, I'm not a huge fan. I like some of the music, but the rest of my polycule is addicted to Sleep Token. Oh my god. I don't want to get into Sleep Token. I'm a hater. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I found out about Sleep Token last year, kind of around the same time everybody else did. The first song I heard actually had me interested. It was a song called Vor. It was like a single. It was right before the album came out. Because one of my clients had referenced Sleep Token for their song. And they sent Vor. And I was like, whoa. The first minute and a half of that song, I was like, whoa, this fucking rules. And then the guy started singing like Imagine Dragons, and I immediately turned that shit off. I was like, no thanks. Like, the whole first half of the song, it was like this heavy, genty riff, and this dude was like screaming like, oh, and I was like, this is awesome. And then he started going like, I black, white, green-eyed boy, shy-eye, fly-night, shy, flamingo. And I was like, no, thank you. I understand why people like them, though, because I've heard some other songs of theirs, and I think if I liked the guy's voice more, they would be one of my favorite bands. But it was the fact that it was the way the guy was singing, like that early 2010s, like indie folk voice. I just couldn't do it. But like, I heard one of their songs recently again, where like it was almost like a funk metal thing, but like not in like a cringe ass like Red Hot Chili Peppers way, but like an actual genuine like 80s like black Moog synth based funk. And I was like, this is fucking dope. And then he started singing again. I can't do it. It's hard. Maybe if I put enough time in, I'll get into it, but as you guys will see when I start talking about my favorite albums, there were a lot of great metal albums last year that I spent more time with. And that's fine, like, it's cool. I'm glad they're popular. Like, I'm glad there is a metal band right now. Because that guy's voice is part of the appeal, for sure. I'm glad that there's a metal band like them that people who usually don't even like metal can get into. I appreciate Sleep Token, even if they're not my thing. But yeah, anyways, I've seen Ghost like a couple times since then. I saw them a couple months later at the studio at Webster Hall in New York, and then like a couple years later, I saw them at the PS Theater. And then in 2015, I was going to see them on the Meliora tour at Terminal 5. I went with two friends, and they almost got in. Okay, context for this one, I don't want to go too long with this story. That show in 2015, I had almost gotten murdered a couple weeks prior to it, so I was like it was like the first time in my life I was like chronically anxious, because that's the type of thing that like fucks you up. An ex's abusive parent tried to kill me basically because their consenting adult their consenting adult offspring was a consenting adult offspring, and this guy was abusive to them and tried to kill me because I was seeing their offspring. You know, we were both like 20, I think we were both 20, it was 2015. So that was fun. So I was in like the most chronically anxious period of my life. It's not even the first time I've told that story on stream either. But I was like chronically anxious. It was only a couple weeks after. I go to New York with two friends. I take the train up, and we get off the train, and my stupid ass friend just tries to get in a random car that he thought was the Uber. Like he calls us an Uber. And then he just walks up to a random car. It wasn't even a Honda or whatever it said. It was like, it said, I don't know, maybe it says it was like a Honda Accord or whatever. He goes up to like a Toyota and he's like, hey, are you our Uber driver? And the dude in the seat, real creepy dude, is like, oh yeah, I'm definitely your Uber driver. And he like opens the door and I was like, Matthew, do not get in that fucking car. And I like had this full blown panic attack. And I freaked out. And I just immediately took the train home, and I couldn't deal with it. I just went home. So I didn't see Ghost on the Meliora tour, which is pretty upsetting because I had too hard of a panic attack. But on the train home that night, I ended up in a group DM with a bunch of people who would have ended up becoming some of my best friends years and years later. Okinawa Brown Sugar, I believe, was in that group chat. That night that started when I was on the train home from that concert. But yeah, anyways, Ghost is like a band that's really special to me. I wasn't crazy about the last album, but Prequel was sick. Yeah, I kind of wish they would go back a little more towards the metal side. I don't even mind when bands go pop. It's just I don't really like arena rock. It's a little cringe to me, and the lyrics just weren't good. It's just, I don't know. The guys who used to write, the primary songwriters from the original, like, first couple Ghost albums started a new band called Priest. They're like a dark synthwave band They're fucking sweet. They're called Priest. It's basically Ghost if they made synth music. They even do like the mask thing and stuff. It's cool. Anyways. Right, so let's go over this freaking thing. So last year, my favorites. Let's have a look at my list. So I was going over, this looks like my 2021 list. Moving on, these were my runner-ups. Some good oh yeah, look at that. There's the Ghost album right there from, hold up, I need to turn my mouse on. Capture cursor. There we go. There's my, there's the Ghost album right there from 2021. Was that 2021 already? Damn. Okay, anyways. So, moving on to what my actual favorite albums were last year. Okay, looks like Coffee Gifted. I really like that album still. I wish I listened to it more still because I genuinely love that album. It's really, really relaxing. It's a good one. What else? Demons Protected by Angels by Nav. Yeah, I still listen to this one. I say it all the time. I'm like the only unironic Nav fan in the world. He's so good. He's so goated. Carly Rae Jepsen, Loneliest Time. Absolutely still love this album. Talking to Yourself and Joshua Tree and Surrender My Heart. Amazing songs. I think the biggest problem with this album is that the best song on it is a bonus track. It's called Anxious. It's really good. Wednesday Campanella. What's this album even called anymore? I don't even remember. Was this Medusa? It's okay. I don't remember it that much. I think Wednesday Campanella proved this year that they kind of are doing the same thing over and over again with that new singer, and it's not working out the way it did with the old singer. Still good. Oh, Once Twice Melody by what's it called? Beach House. Great record. There's something else in between I think I missed. Did I like glaze over it? Oh, Jid Forever Story. Yeah, this album rules. This album fucking rules. I still listen to this all the time. I think Jid is one of the best rappers alive. He's exceptional. I just wanted to pop in and say hi, but I gotta go to bed. I have an hour drive to be at work at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks for stopping in, Frigga. Have a safe drive. Have a good sleep. Thank you so much for stopping in. I always appreciate it. EBDB well. Hee hee hee. Anyways, the Spellbound self-titled album. I think I listened to this a little bit less as a whole these days, but there are still songs off of this album that I will just go out of my way to listen to. Like, I think Hajimari and Nani mo Kamo are like some of the best J-Rock songs of the decade so far. And I think these guys are finally getting popular again. Not again. They're getting... Well, again, they're a long story, the Spellbound. They're sort of a super group comprised of the surviving members of Boom Boom Satellites because the singer passed away super, super tragically in 2016, I want to say. And they use the singer from the Novembers, Yusuke Kobayashi, took his place, and they're basically a new band. I think they did the song from Golden Kamui. I know that's kind of a popular anime right now, earlier this year, so that's cool. But yeah, they're great. So yeah, I would say that one holds up. Between 1 and 2 by Twice absolutely holds up. I actually would probably have put that higher. I love that fucking album. I am in love. One now. Hi, Furnace. How's it going? Welcome in. Furnace, did you have a favorite piece of media from 2023? A game, an album, movie, anything like that? Yeah, right now we're going over my picks from last year's show. Between 1 and 2, yeah, great record. That's to this day, I think, the most consistent Twice album. Moving on, North Lane Obsidian, love it. Still love it. Really upset that they're doing AI art for their new album cover, but like, whatever. I think I see the Beth's album here. Since no one mentioned it, Baldur's Gate 3. Absolutely expecting to hear that a lot. Absolutely expecting to hear that a lot. That's such a great game. I need to finish it. 2023 was the year of New Jeans. Absolutely it was. Album from Good Kid. Yes! Yes, that just came short of being on my list this year. I think I excluded it because it was only I consider it more of an EP than an album because it's short. But Mimi's Delivery Service is like one of my favorite songs of 2023. They're so good. Yeah, I'm a big Good Kid fan. They're great. The Beth's album. I don't listen to it as much anymore, but there's some great songs on here. Best Left is still one of, like, it's still in my rotation. It's a great record. Moving on, I think I picked the SZA album. Still listen to this all the time. Gone Girl is amazing. The, like, one, like, punk rock song on here is super fun, too. Tatsuro Yamashita Softly. I don't even remember how many albums are left in this list, but I would probably put this higher if I had to do this list again. Fucking amazing album. Insane comeback from, like, one of the most legendary artists to, like, ever grace humanity. Super cool shit. Utada, wait, there's one between. Joyce Manor, 40 Ounces to Fresno. I would put the Tatsuro Yamashita album over this, for sure. I love this album still. It's actually probably one of Joyce Manor's best albums in a long time, but the Tatsuro Yamashita album is special. That might even be like top 3 last year. Love that band, discovered them from out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't even remember how I discovered them. I think I just like fucking found them in like the YouTube algorithm or something. I don't even listen to K-pop really, but I watched League Worlds and goddamn Gods goes so fucking hard. Gods was a great song. If you're interested in New Jeans, I think it might surprise you that it sounds nothing like their other music. It's interesting because it's a great song. I think another band could have done it probably better if it was like a band that it was more their style. Like ITZY or like Blackpink could have done that song really well. New Jeans is very subtle. They're like a very like chill band, honestly. It's an interesting pick, I think. They're so good though. Gods could have been done by any other group and been the same, unfortunately. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyways, the Utada Hikaru album, absolutely. So here's something special about Utada Hikaru. Everybody knows them, right? By the way, did you guys know that Utada Hikaru is non-binary? Look at them. Fucking look at them. And that's not even a joke. They actually came out as non-binary a couple years ago, actually, now. During Pride Month a couple years ago. Utada Hikaru, famous for the song Simple and Clean and Sanctuary and Face My Fears from the Kingdom Hearts series, is non-binary. So here's the thing. The first album I ever bought was Deep River by Utada Hikaru. I actually have... I'm trying to look, see if I can see them in like my vinyl stack behind me. I have this album, Deep River, let me look. Okay, I have this one, Heart Station, Deep River, and Distance, all on vinyl. I am a huge Utada Hikaru fan. Deep River was the first album I ever bought. I was young. I was like 6 years old, and I was probably 7. I think it came out like 2002. I saw it at the Virgin Megastore at downtown Disney in Florida, and I wanted it so bad because there was a sticker on the front that said featuring the song from Kingdom Hearts or some shit like that. And I like asked my mom if she could like give me the money so I could buy it, so I could pay for it. And I bought the CD, and like that was one of the first times that music ever made me feel like it was more than just sound coming into my ears. Like it was something magic. The first time I heard like Sakura Drops, just hitting play on that album. So like to this day, Deep River is still one of my favorite albums. I cannot let that nostalgia cloud me though, because I genuinely think that this album here, Bad Mode, is their best album to date. It is unbelievably good. It's got the one song from the Kingdom Hearts. It's got Face My Fears on it, but it also has like a bunch of amazing new songs that were produced by Floating Points and A.G. Cook, who are like some of the most future-thinking producers alive right now. It had all the songs from the new Evangelion movie, stuff like that. Like it's a dope fucking album. I made my cousin grab it for me off LimeWire. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. Because that was it. I think I might have done the same because Simple and Clean wasn't on the album. It was Hikari, the Japanese version. I was like, what the fuck is she babbling about? I didn't speak Japanese when I was 6. After that one, the Prince Daddy album. Yeah, this album fucking slays. I love this album still. This might be the best punk album of the decade so far. Amazing band called Prince Daddy and the Hyena. It was their self-titled 3rd album in 2022. Amazing. Give it a shot. Dear and Grateful Aris. Yeah, that one holds up. This band I love so much that they're literally the band that is on my shirt right now. Like this black shirt I'm wearing, like on this model, that is their 4th album called Vulgar. They're one of my favorite bands in the world. Yeah, that album holds up. Oh my God, Kendrick, Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. Yeah, this holds up. I think Kendrick fans are starting to finally come around to this one. It was a little too artsy for the average like hip hop listener when it came out, but man, the first time I heard this album, I cried. United in Grief literally made me cry. It's so beautiful. Moving on, Blade and Echo 2K Crest. Yeah, that holds up. Hi, Vlad. How's it going? Vlad, what is your favorite media of 2023? It could be an album, a song, a video game, or all of it. Right now we're going over my my picks from 2022 and see if they hold up. Vince Staples, Ramona Park Broke My Heart. Absolutely. This is one of the best rap albums of the decade. Vince Staples never misses. He never misses. What came after that? Oh, the 1975's Being Funny in a Foreign Language. Yeah, this holds up. This album this is the best pop album of the decade, I think. Probably. Or maybe pop rock album, like, is a better indicator of it. It's amazing. The Vince Staples Show. When did you want me to hop on? I'm probably going to do it in about 10 or 15 minutes, Nicky. You know what? Yeah. We'll have you go first since I think you have stream in a little bit, right? You have stream in about an hour, right? We'll have you on in like 10 minutes. And then, so that was probably my number 3. My number 2, probably the best pop album of the decade. Yeah, Perfume's Plasma. This is one of Perfume's best albums. They're my favorite band in the world. And they hadn't dropped a really amazing special album in a long time. That one's great. That holds up. Dawn FM by The Weeknd. I would probably swap this with the Perfume album. This was my album of the year for 2022. Dawn FM by The Weeknd. I listen to this all the time still, though. I think this is the best Weeknd album since Kissland. Which is a 10-year difference. Yeah, that holds up still. I'm gonna go with it. That all holds up still. Actually, not even 10 minutes, Nicky. I'm gonna hop in the Tomoverse stream VC right now. Why don't you hop in? Let me hop in there first. And let's have you come on and talk about something you really liked. Have you kind of soapbox. Hold up, let me change the music real quick for starters. We'll put that Utada album on in the background. Let me hop in the stream VC. You can hop on in, bud. And let's have you babble about something you loved. Let me see. One sec, Nicky. How's it going, bud?
What's up?
Hi. Oh my god, there's 2 of you. 2 Nickies!
Oh, no!
2 Nicky, 2 Vember. One sec real quick. Let me...
Oh my god, no one wants 2 Nicky. 1 Nicky is enough.
I want 2 Nicky.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Alright. Dos Nickies. 2 Nicky. Game of 2023 is Lies of P. Penis. Music was the Mean Girls cover. Oh, stop you. Oh, stop you. Movie was Equalizer 3. Oh, I heard the Equalizer 3 was really good. That's the one with Denzel Washington, right? I was about to say Denzel Curry. Denzel Washington, right? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Nicky. So,
yes.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Oh fuck.
How about you? First off, let's talk about it. I'll go through. Are you a movie watcher?
Not really.
Okay, perfect. Why don't you talk about, for starters, just overall any media? What was your favorite media that came out in 2023?
Okay, hold on. Actually, let me double check something real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, putting you on the spot, baby. And then just talk about it for a minute.
Okay, so for video games, I have two that come to mind.
All right.
So, Baldur's Gate 3. That was an amazing game. It's really good. If nobody has played it, if nobody here has played it yet, I highly recommend it. It is a time sink, so, but it's worth it. It is actually like, because I've been in a huge what is it? What do you call it? Like burnout from games.
Yeah, same.
For a while. But then when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, I actually like sat and played that literally every day. Like taking my time with it, obviously, but taking my time with it and playing it every day. There was at one point I did like not touch it for a month, only because I got really frustrated with the part. But it was totally my own doing. Like I just couldn't figure it out. And then as soon as I like played it again, I got it within like 5 minutes. So it's like, okay, I just needed a break. But
I love games that do that.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is an amazing experience. I do want to play it again. It's one of those games where, because it's so
long,
big,
yeah,
and it's so long that like you should finish it.
I know, I need to. There's too many games.
Yeah. But because it's so time consuming, it is one of those games where I would want to play like annually, like once a year. But because I already have a couple of games like that. And no, Baldur's Gate 3, and I think it definitely deserved Game of the Year.
Nice.
And
so you haven't finished it though, yeah?
Oh, I have.
Oh, you have.
It took me. Let me double check. Actually, for my one playthrough that I took my time on, and it was like almost perfect playthrough, by the way. Like everything, without save scumming or anything like that, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to say.
Yeah, I save scum a little.
But like, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, play the game. Well, whatever makes you happy. But because I try to, like, in games like that, I try to make choices that I would personally make, and you know, see the outcomes with that and stuff like that, and like stick with it, whether I like it or not. And no, but it was a really good playthrough. The only thing I fucked up on is the romance stuff, because I wanted to romance Karlach, but
same.
I fucked up.
How did you fuck up? What'd you do?
I didn't. Well, it was before the patch where they put out the patch to fix everybody's like horniness.
Oh
basically.
my god, that's what, you know. Now that you mentioned that, I forgot, because yeah, the wizard guy. I had just met the wizard guy, and he was immediately like, "Hey yo, you want to see my dick?" And I was like, "Not really."
Yeah, right. No, oh my god. So that's the other thing too, is like so I didn't romance anyone. I actually ended up romancing nobody, because in the very beginning, like, it was way too fast for me. I was thinking like, oh, you know, well, they want to fuck like after twice talking to them, right? But like,
it's like going out to a bar,
or even Shadowheart too, because like Shadowheart's my other favorite character. But I was like, well, no, this is too fast. I want to get to know you more. But because I didn't actually like do anything that night, like that in the game, right? Then it fucked me out of the romance for either one of them. And of course, I didn't want to romance anybody else. I don't care for Will romantically or anything like that. I think it's cool otherwise. Gale, I don't really care for. Lae'zel would have been another choice, but I was trying to go for Karlach, and if Karlach didn't work out, then Shadowheart. But I fucked myself out of Lae'zel as well. And
you know, Lae'zel is something I
don't care for.
Lae'zel is something I think that also makes that a really special game, I think, because I completely missed out on Lae'zel altogether. I met her at the beginning of the game. I found her up in that cage, and I was like, oh, I don't see a way to get her down right now. I'll go explore a little bit and maybe find a lever or something. And when I came back, she was gone.
Yeah.
I think there's a way to get her, but I hadn't gotten there yet by the time I stopped. But I think that's what makes that game cool.
Yeah.
You can just miss out on an important party member like that.
I legit almost did not meet Gale, because I didn't see the portal thing, or I did, and I was just like, oh, I'll get to it whenever, like, later or something, and I completely forgot about it. And then I was like, and then I went through, because I was trying to make sure I got everything, which I still miss things, which that's another reason why this game is so replayable, because you will miss a lot of things in your first playthrough. That is just matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get the owl bear or anything like that. I don't know how I missed that, but I missed it completely because everybody was talking about an owl bear in their camp. I'm like, what are you talking about? I never got that.
I forgot it is. I found a dog. The dog was cute.
Yeah, I found a dog, but I didn't find the owl bear. And then, so I went through because I was like, oh, I better not miss anything. So I went to go check. I'm like, oh yeah, this thing. So I went to check it out because I was about to leave the area to go to the next one, and it was Gale. And I was like, oh shit. almost left this guy behind. But yeah, no, like the Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. It took me 134 hours.
Nice.
To do my first playthrough, taking my time. Yeah.
I think I stopped 30 in, so I got a ways to go, dog. I got to the Underdark. And I got way overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, I think this is going to be one of those games that I will play after Tears of the Kingdom for many, 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 many months.
Oh yeah, it's Baldur's Gate is definitely it's I don't know, for me, like, I dedicated a lot of time to it.
Yeah, I need to.
A lot of yeah. But it's a very good game, excellent game. It deserved Game of the Year. It was my Game of the Year for sure.
Let's go! That's the words we use here. We're using Game of the Year here. We're using Song of the Year. We're using Album of the Year. That's how it goes at the Tomo Awards, baby.
Hell yeah. So, and the other game that, and it was DLC. Mm-hmm. It was for Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, no, that's a full game, I would say. That's long, right? That takes like 30, 40 hours,
Phantom Liberty is a good chunk, yeah.
Yeah, that counts. I mean, it was nominated for Game of the Year awards, I believe, right? Like it was nominated for some categories. Yeah, so that counts.
I will say I don't like that it got what is it, best continuing game or some shit?
Yeah, that
because it's not online, it's not multiplayer, like it's a DLC.
Yeah, for me that's the type of category that belongs to hi the Tomo. That's the type of thing that type of category belongs to, like, your Final Fantasy 14s, your Destiny 2s, your iRacings, your stuff like that.
Yeah, so I didn't think it really deserved that award because
it almost feels belittling to it, because it's like, this is the best continuing game, get it? Because they fucked up and they're fixing it. It's like, I feel like this is more for live services. Yeah,
I just didn't really agree with it, but
Eddie.
But I did really enjoy Phantom Liberty, the DLC, and also like the update as well to the entire Cyberpunk game, 2.0 or whatever.
I played a bit of it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I did when the game first came out, and I kind of enjoyed the game when it came out for what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I shit on it, but I enjoyed it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk as a whole is like in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. I played through it like 3 times. Phantom Liberty was my 3rd time. One thing I didn't like was the new ending that came with Phantom Liberty, but that's my own opinion. Please, if you want to play Phantom Liberty and get that ending, do it, and like get your own opinion and stuff like that. I personally was not a huge fan of it, but I mean, maybe some people like more angst. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about it. No, yeah, it was an excellent addition, and then as well as the 2.0 update for Cyberpunk. And I will say as well for Cyberpunk, if you have not played Cyberpunk, especially now, I do recommend it. It is at a very, very, very good state right now. It is super fun. The story is great. The characters are great. I like the gunplay. I'm not a huge FPS person or anything, but I like the gunplay.
I really liked sorry.
Yeah.
No, I also liked the gunplay a lot, actually. It feels actually pretty solid, especially compared to like fucking like Starfield or some shit. Like other modern open world FPS games have some pretty ass gunplay, and it's one of the things that even from the get-go Cyberpunk did really well, I think. And I think one of my favorite parts of Cyberpunk's 2.0 update as well, and I don't know if they added it before the 2.0 update. I know they added a skill tree specifically for it, though, was I always played a hacker character from the start, so getting those, like, nanowire things in your wrists and using those to just, like, slap bitches, super fun. That was, like, one of my favorite experiences with the 2.0 update, even though I didn't play Phantom Liberty, because I didn't finish the main story. I played a good chunk back in September when Phantom Liberty came out, hoping to get to it. I didn't finish it because, again, the story didn't hook me still, but I had a good time with those wires, man. Holy shit.
That's the other thing I love about Cyberpunk is, like, there is... It looks like, oh, it's FPS, it's all shooty. Not really.
There's some good variety.
Actually, like... Yeah, there's some really good varieties and different builds you could do. So, like, my recent playthrough, when I did Phantom Liberty, was basically, like, just full-on power. Like, just run and gun, shotgun. But the thing I did before that was I focused on intelligence and tech. So, like, you could customize, and it's just different ways to play, and you could be more melee if you want, you could be shooty guns, you could be fucking, gorilla arms.
I think the cool thing, too, is that, when they redid the skill trees too, they refunded all of your points because the build I played in 1.0 used to basically make an equivalent or like similar like build in 2.0. I had to take those points and put them into different trees entirely. Like, I think I focused on like tech or something or like intelligence maybe in my original build to do like a proper tech thing. I had to reinvest them into tech and like dexterity or some shit like that. I forget exactly what in 2.0 to make a similar build. It's pretty cool how much they really changed. Yeah,
it's so much better now. And so the addition of Phantom Liberty and the 2.0 update was also my favorite thing when it comes to gaming.
Nice. Now
musically, okay.
Were you into anything new musical this year? Did you?
Yes.
What you got?
So, do you know Spirit Box?
The EP?
Jaded.
What song? Jaded.
Jaded.
Love that record.
Yeah. They do have an EP. Yeah, The Fear of Fear.
The Fear of Fear. Really good record.
Jaded. Is
that your song of the year?
Before. Probably.
Cornelia Plant is such an incredibly talented vocalist.
Her voice.
Unbelievable.
Like, it's like smooth.
Yeah.
And like pretty, but there's like a lot of power behind it.
She gets harsh with it too.
And she could scream.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it sounds good.
She's brutal.
Yeah, it's I'm very picky when it comes to screaming in music and stuff like that. But like hers is I don't know. She does really well. I like the way she sounds.
You know,
and then she could go from screaming to like sounding so smooth and just like silk. Literally, I don't know. It's incredible.
It's
and then
really
the
funny.
song Jaded is really good.
Jaded's so good. Yeah, no, that's definitely on my list for 2023 as well. It's really funny actually when we were playing Phasmophobia for the first time in like 2022. That was my first time playing it. Like October-ish.
Okay.
When we picked up the spirit box in the game for the first time, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's probably where the band got this. So like every time we played Phasmophobia, I had fucking Circle With Me stuck in my head.
Oh, Circle With Me, that's another
great
good one
song.
too.
Now here's a question. Did you hear the fucking song they did with Megan Thee Stallion a couple months ago?
Yes, Cobra.
So good!
Oh, yes,
that
I
was
love that.
not on my checklist, but what the fuck, it's so good.
I actually saw that first on TikTok, and I was like, holy shit.
I wasn't sure if it was official at first.
Amazing. And that's the other thing too. But then I saw that like who posted it. I think it was Spirit Box who posted it or whatever on their TikTok. And I was like, wait, this seems legit. So I went and looked it up, and I was like, holy shit, I did not know I needed this. Actually,
so good. I literally,
amazing.
I would do anything for a proper like full like collaborative EP or album of the two. Genuinely, that would be the. And listen, I like Megan Thee Stallion. I think I think the mixtape from from like 2019. I forget what it's called, but it's the one with like hood rat shit on it. Great record. I don't think she's dropped a consistently amazing album yet in her career. I think that would be the one if she actually did a full collaborative album with Spirit Box, it would not only be her best album, I think it would be one of the few examples of an amazing rap rock album, because there's very few in existence. Like the Jay-Z Linkin Park one kind of didn't age well. But that's the one everyone thinks of when they think of like rap metal collabs. They think of the Jay-Z Linkin Park thing. But yeah, no, Spirit Box is great.
I'm glad I discovered them, because like I think I heard them before 2023, but I didn't I didn't think much of it. And then I don't know how I found because of it's actually because of Cobra. It's actually because of that.
Oh, was it?
So because of that song, I went and looked more into what is it? Yeah, I went more into Spirit Box, and then I listened to a couple of their albums and stuff, and yeah, there's quite a few songs I like from them. Jaded being probably my most favorite. I also like Circle with Me, and then what was the other one?
There's another it's my favorite Spirit Box song is on the same album with Circle with Me. It's not a single or anything, so it's not super popular, but it's called Hurt You, I think. So good.
Oh yeah.
Love that song. It's not a very popular one, but I think it's my favorite Spirit Box song.
Yeah.
Honestly, that and Cobra at this point.
Well, let me see this.
Give it a look.
Hold on, let me. Oh, Cellar Door. That's the other one too that I like.
Pop that on right now. Actually,
it's on the newest EP.
Oh yeah, that was the opening one. There was another one on there called Ultraviolet I was really into as well. But yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I was like, hell yeah, I got new music now, because a lot of my playlists have older stuff from a couple of years ago or older, and I need to find new music.
If you like music like that, there's actually I think 2 of the highest ranking albums on my list that I'll be doing a little bit later are bands in that same scene, similar genre style. If you want some suggestions for heavier music like that and that kind of progressive metal style, I got you.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of music, did the Midnight come out with their thing? You were mentioning?
I think the timer isn't. Let me check real quick. The MidnightShadows.com. The timer should run out in a couple hours probably.
Hi, Furnace.
Oh, hold up. No, they're still teasing it more. The timer ran out. It just says there's a moment in time, half in dark and half in light, between reality and arcade dreams, between heroes and monsters, when you must choose to run or fight. They put a poem up on the website. It references a lot of their other songs, but I don't know if they've actually announced anything new. But yeah, the Midnight are teasing something new right now. Me and Nicky are Midnight fans.
Yeah. I love the Midnight. They're so good.
They're so good.
I could listen to Nocturnal, that entire album. There is no song on that I don't care about. Crystal I love that song.
Yeah, I'm a big Midnight fan.
Crystal fucking frick. No, I other than that, not a whole lot of other
got your bases covered?
Music, I think.
Nice.
Everything else has been kind of from 2022 or older.
Nice.
And movies. I think I watched a couple of movies.
I really watch a lot of movies. If there's if I did, it probably wasn't anything that came out last year. You know. Hi.
Can't hold on. I know I watched a couple things. I just can't remember.
No, it's no worries.
Oh god, what did we? Wait, there was a. Did it come out in 2023? What's that movie on Netflix that narrows it down? I know.
Hi Furnace. Hi Jisoo. Oh my god, D! Thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, Nicky. We'll get back to that thought. Get the thoughts together. Let me say hi to everyone. Welcome in, Raiders D. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Tomo Aries. I'm the Gary Mecha Pilot VTuber from the Moon, who may or may not be affiliated with the Yakuza. Welcome in. Today I am doing my year in review of 2023. My little awards show listing off some of my favorite media of last year. Right now, we have our buddy Nicky Hart on right now, and he is also talking about some of his favorite things from last year. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going, D? How was your stream? Let me give you a quick shout out. D, also, if you need to do any after stream care, raid and run, I'll be sure to take great care of everybody. And please do at least get some water and do some stretches. But let me give you a little shout out. What were you up to? You were just chatting. What a coincidence.
All right.
So are we. Uh-oh.
I'm finally going to make it.
What's this?
I've been floating for ages. As long as there's no wind, I can land on this branch and I can breathe, and there will be no
Rainbows, thank you for the follow.
Okay.
Welcome in.
But then along comes D.
I love D story time. Oh my god. Everybody in my chat, if you're not following D already, you need to change that. Go follow her right now. She is like one of the most innovative and fun streamers I know. She's so talented.
Please, I have a wife. I have a family. No, don't do it. And then D comes up here with a. And then they go spiraling out of control. No!
I don't think I could spin that fast. God.
I love the model.
Yeah, D's new model's really, really cute.
Just like that. Perfect reenactment.
Ah. Hi, D. Welcome in, everybody.
So cute.
That means a lot. No, your presence means a lot. Hi, D. Thank you so much for stopping in. How's it going? All right, here's a question for everybody who came in with the raid as well. What was your favorite media that came out in 2023? Could be anything. Could be a movie, game, song, album, TV show, magazine, Gucci belt. Doesn't matter. Anything tangible that came out last year. What was your favorite, D? You got anything new that came out in 2023 that you loved? Oh my god! Thank you for the biddies!
The song you two put together.
Thank you for the biddies, Internet Mom! The song me and D put together, you ain't heard nothing yet, baby. You ain't heard nothing yet. Sorry, I turned into a demon. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh my god.
It's funny because like you did that laugh and first because I'm in the call with you and I'm looking at the stream and then after you're done laughing then
oh shit, uh-oh. Oh god, I gotta figure out a way to get the Fujis to go through the portals too.
Oh, what? I want to go in too.
Oh, I gotta ask like Kari if she can like code that. Anyways. Oh my god. Tomo, did I see the new Mustang GT3? I have not. Put it in the Discord. Let me see. Is that your favorite thing? Oh my god. Anyways. It's gonna be great. They're not ready. That transition. Oh my god. Where are you? I'm so sorry. They're going crazy with the redeems. Hi, chat. Anyways. Continuing where we left off. Welcome in, everybody. We're currently going over our favorite things of 2023. Nicky was just about to go off on something else, right? You had some other...
Yeah, so a movie that I remember watching in 2023. Nimona.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Yes, it's on Netflix. I think it's still there. But yeah, Nimona is a really good movie.
What's that about? A little overview.
So there's a night. Oh, and it's gay, by the way. There's like gay rep.
Sold.
Hell yeah.
Sold.
And,
sold.
Yeah, sold. And the animation's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a night he got framed for a crime that he didn't commit.
Okay.
And the only person that could help him is this person named Nimona, and
So
is
it's like
a
Yakuza
and
Zero.
Nimona is a shapeshifter.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
What does Nimona turn into?
Anything. Like
Ooh.
animal wise, I'm pretty sure. I think
Like
it's just
a spiber. Do they ever turn into a
lighting.
spiber?
A
If I was a shapeshifter, I would turn my
Probably, I
legs
don't
into a spiber
I don't remember.
just for
but,
fun.
the one that they get like associated with a lot is Shark.
Okay. Ooh.
But,
I do like sharks.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's a really good story. It's Disney almost like took it, I guess, but I guess they were like, nah, we don't want anything to do with it because it's not gonna do well or something. And then I guess I don't know. It turned out actually pretty good. I'm glad that
Nice.
Disney didn't get a hold of it. Let's see what else. There it touches on. I'm not very good at explaining these kind of things.
You don't gotta if you
It's
don't.
like it's like a medieval futuristic
Okay.
type setting, and it just I don't know. It's just
Sci-fi
really good.
fantasy?
I highly recommend. Not so when I think of sci-fi, I think space.
Is
So
it like
it's
Final
not-
Fantasy 15, like where it's like there's sci-fi elements, but it's also fantasy elements?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like Final Fantasy. Yeah, like
Okay.
futuristic medieval. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, no, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend people watch it. It touches on like some betrayals and like knowing, like figuring yourself out, whether I don't want to say too much because I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't gotta spoil nothing, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil something, and I want like if anybody has not watched it, I would rather y'all like experience it yourself.
Deal.
It's really good. I recommend it, like highly. I'm not a movie person, but I do recommend Nimona for sure.
Nice! Well, Nikki, thank you so much for joining me on the Tomo Awards and talking about some of your favorite
Yeah.
things this year. I really appreciate it. I love talking
Yeah.
about stuff like this, so this is always really fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to stop by, just off the cuff too. Thanks for being able to just pull it out of the pocket
Yeah, just
like
been eating
that.
dinner too, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, blonde." I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
I was gonna invite you, but like I didn't want to like. I put this whole thing together basically last night before bed, so like I didn't really have time to like put someone on the spot, and I knew you streamed at 11, so like I didn't want to like, intrude.
Sound like a news person. More at 11.
But yeah, everybody, if you're not following Nicky already, you probably already know him. But if you're not, go give Nicky a little follow. He's one of my best buds, and he's going live, and you're going live tonight, yeah? You stream Mondays.
Yeah, in like 30
Like a
minutes.
half hour or so. Go give Nicky a follow. What are you doing? If you don't got a Nintendo 3DS already, what's wrong with you? That's what Reggie Nintendo said in 2016 before they discontinued the 3DS.
I thought you were like calling me Nintendo. I get called a bunch of other things. I got called nitrogen the other day. I got called NyQuil.
I call you a lot of things.
Saw me Nintendo. Yeah, that could be added on there.
Well, Blue SpongeBob, thank you for joining me.
Oh my fucking god. You're welcome.
Oh my
Right.
god. Bye, Nikki.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, where's Cabbage? Is Cabbage still here? Anyways, can we get a round of applause for Nikki? Can we put a bunch of 8s, like the number 8 in chat for Nikki? Just like a bunch of these for Nikki? Let's get a little round of applause for Nikki. Yeah, 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 yeah. A bunch of 8. Woo! Hey. Anyways, where's Cabbage? Oh,
My lowest impression, real quick.
yeah, dude, hit me with a Lois.
Hit me with the low.
Hit me with a Peter. The horse is here.
Peter, the horse is here. Okay,
Hi,
bye-bye.
Nikki. Where's Cabbage at? Cabbage, you want to hop in, bud? You want to talk about some stuff you like, Cab?
Whoa.
There she is! Hi, Cabbage!
Hello.
Welcome in! Welcome to the Tomo Awards, everybody! Everybody, let's get a big round of 8s for JustACabbageTV! Woo!
Oh, do you need my Fuji or do you have
No, I have it. It's up. You are already up and center stage, baby. You are all good.
Hello, I was literally sitting here as Mickey was talking. I was like, oh, what if she starts asking about other shit? I gotta start listing out my stuff.
Oh my god! Can you get like the tiniest bit closer to your mic, by the way? You're just a little bit quiet.
Hold on. If anything, let me mess with my audio real quick.
Okay. No worries. I can just turn the music down too, but
Okay.
I like things
Hold
being
on,
a little balanced.
Let me see. Where's my voice? Oh, because also this mic's just kind of stinky. I need to get my new mic still. I have been working on that, I promise.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. It's no biggie. It's not a big deal, bud.
Also, hi, Tomo chat. Hello.
Everybody say hi to Cabbage. Everybody say hi to Cabbage right now or else.
Let me see. Can I change my levels on here? I can. Is this any better?
That's way better.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Cab.
I'll do that. Hello.
So, Cabbage.
Me.
What would you present your Game of the Year award to start?
You know what's so funny is I was really thinking about this. I didn't play a lot of new games last year. I played a lot of older games, but if I was thinking, that's actually one of the things I had to sit and think about. I was like, she's gonna ask me about games. What did I do last year? So shit. I mean, look, I'll be very honest. The one I thought about first that I had a lot of fun with was, I think, what is it? Mario, is it Wonder? Is that the new one that came out?
Mario Wonder. I
fucking love that game to death. I've been playing with Bacon a lot. It is so fun. It's so fucking fun. He makes it very hard because they play as Nabbit when we play, so some challenges get stupid, but it also kind of adds a fun element to it still. It's one of the most innovative platformers I've played in a fucking long time.
I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, but because like I didn't really grow up on 2D Mario, so I'm pretty ass at them. It looks like Hi King Elf. It looks like the Odyssey of 2D Mario though, and I have heard I have had other friends who grew up in the 90s, you know, as well, say that they think it is better than Super Mario World.
It's really good. Look, I'll be real.
It might be too early to say it, but
Tomo, you know me.
I know
I'm a Sonic girl at heart.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what did you think of Sonic Superstars as well? Not to move completely on, but
Superstars, I think, is fun. It's messy. It's very, it's good if you're playing with friends and you don't take it too seriously.
I watched you guys play that one night, and it seemed very hectic in multiplayer mode.
It was so fun though. It was so fun. Well, I've watched the Sony State.
Oh yeah, there's a big Sonic announcement that leaked that's coming in the State of Play.
I'm gonna shit my pants so hard.
Do you like the Boost era of Sonic games?
I grew up on the Boost era.
Do you like Sonic Generations?
You wanna know the funniest thing? I still haven't played Generations myself.
Well, you're gonna soon.
I know I have to. So here's the thing. My top 2 favorite Sonic games of all time are Colors and Rush. Rush was my first game I could call like my favorite. And
I played about half of it.
I love it. It's so good.
That's the one on the DS, right? With Blaze?
With Blaze, yeah. And when I learned that Generations for 3DS was basically just Rush 3, I was like, why didn't I play that? Am I stupid?
Oh my god.
So I have to play both really bad. I've watched playthroughs of Generations. I played a couple levels of Generations with Bacon before too, just for funsies, but I've never played through the whole game myself. So I don't know the entirety of it yet. But from what I played, love it. I just need to actually play through the whole thing.
Banger ass game.
But yeah, I think favorite game of the year that came out last year would probably be Wonder, for sure. I've liked it a lot. Every time I play it whenever I get to Bacon's house because the online for it does not work the same. Every time we start playing or every time I get to their house, I'm like, can we play Mario? Mario.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. I will say, out of all the games I played not related to what was just released last year, if anybody likes weird psychological horror shit and doesn't care about bad tank controls, Rule of Rose was an amazing game. It got bad reception because it came out
during the post Resident Evil 4 era, and people were like, I need big combat in my game.
Was it like an OG Resident Evil style game? Is that like what it was?
No, not necessarily. It's really unique. I'd say it's very unique. It's very psychological horror. It's very trippy, but the story is immaculate. I think that if it came out just even 5 years later, it would have been received so much better.
There's really a lot of games like that, you know? I feel like the first Dragon's Dogma was ahead of its time in that way as well, where now it's only starting to get its flowers 10 years later, 12 years later.
No, absolutely. One of my friends has been telling me about Dragon's Dogma for like 5 years straight, and when 2 was announced, they were like,
2 months away, 2 months away.
I think it's a couple of my friends have also been playing the first game now, and they're like, oh, this is very different actually than what I was expecting. Not even necessarily in like a bad way. There's some stuff that they're like, oh, this is so stupid. It's like, okay, the game's not holding your hand though, and then when they think about that part, they're like, oh, you're kind of right. Now that I figured it out, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have played more new games last year, but I don't know. Just nothing really spoke out to me that bad. But I was also
not a big deal though. I mean,
to be fair, last year was more of like a movie year for me, I think.
What movies were you into last year? What was your favorite movie? We don't got to go over all of them, but what was your favorite? What would you give movie of the year to?
So I was really stuck on 3 when coming into this, so I knew I wanted to talk about at least one of them.
Oh yeah, there's 2 of them. That's right. I don't know what the third one is, but I know there's 2 that you are very into.
I'm a girly at heart. Barbie was so good.
Oh, okay. That's not so that's the third one then. I know the other 2 then.
Yeah. Barbie was just a really well done movie. It did camp and it's so good. You should watch it with me, please.
Can we watch it together? Yeah. Well, we need to watch that and your other 2 together too, because your other 2 I still want to see because I love the prequels, not the prequels, but like you know what I mean, the prior ones to them. Now, by the way, Cab, real quick, there is an ad break coming up in 3 minutes. We are not going to run a BRB screen for the ads tonight because it's a special stream. But
that's totally chill.
If you got anything really important to say, like that you want to make your thesis statement of the Tomo Awards, you should do that within the next 3 minutes before the ads start so it doesn't get drowned in the ads, but we're not gonna...
Nah, we're good. So, like I said, Barbie's my number 3 for sure. Incredible movie. Cinematography was so cool.
I ran out of snoozes, by the way. Sorry. That's fine. Why. Anyways, let me get your time.
Godzilla -1 is my second pick for sure.
I really need to see it.
Saw that movie twice in theaters. Sobbed my eyes out at the end. It's really, really well just done overall.
Is it out in home media yet, or was it? Because I didn't see it because it was in theaters. And I don't go to theaters anymore.
I'll double check. If it is, it's so good.
Okay, like I want to see it because I love Shin Godzilla.
You should. But yeah, that's my second pick. It's really good. I love the way that it handles even just the topic of World War II. It's very well done.
Is that technically the first Heisei Godzilla? Or not Heisei, Reiwa?
It's like a remake. It's a remake of just kind of the first Godzilla from what I can tell.
Oh,
like just the first iteration.
But what I mean is it's the first Godzilla of the era, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because I think the last of the Heisei was Shin Godzilla. I think it was Heisei.
I believe so. Okay. Yeah, because Steph kind of honestly, yeah, it is. But yeah, so my number 1 pick, Shin Kamen Rider.
Yup. I still need to see that.
Okay. So I heard people trying to compare -1 to Kamen Rider. You can't, in my opinion. You just can't.
I would imagine you can't. Yeah.
And also the thing with them too is that they both have very similar themes, and it's funny because I've noticed Toku has this really large emphasis on just life, not the meaning of life, just life itself. And I think that Shin Kamen Rider really encapsulates that. If you want something that really like has it just does. It's so hard to explain. If you like soul, if you like that fucking heart in your media, I don't even think you need to know anything previously about Shin Kamen Rider to like it.
Okay.
It's so well done. The story, because it's I mean, it's a Shin movie. It's kind of like what Shin Godzilla did with stuff. Yep. But Shin Kamen Rider, it takes the original story and kind of modernizes it really well. And even though I never watched the original series when I got into it, and my only experience with Kamen Rider up to that point
Ads
was,
are starting now, by the way, chat. If you want to drop a sub, drop a sub if you want to continue.
Drop a sub!
If you got a free
Listen to my
Prime sub,
Kamen
use
Rider
it.
spiel.
Otherwise, I'm sorry about the ads. We're not hitting VRVs today, though, because this is a big, big event. Sorry. Anyways, Cap, continue.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got into last year was my Kamen Rider year. Last year, I really got into just Kamen Rider and Tokusatsu in general. I started with Kira Major, and at least I tried to start with it, and I never necessarily got into it. That was one of the most recent Sentai series. I got a few episodes in. It didn't really stick with me too hard. I love the actors though, and the setting and the premise of it. It's great. It just didn't stick with me too hard. But my friends and I started doing a weekly Kamen Rider Geats watch. Geats is incredible.
I've been hearing that about it.
Amazing show.
Papers
It's
talks
really
about
good.
that a lot to me.
The worst part about it is the theme song though.
Oh yeah?
which is wild because
Wait,
Kamen Rider
didn't someone
openings are
good
really
do
good.
it?
Yeah, see here's my problem.
I feel like
The
I read this
opening-
recently. Who did it?
Oh god, let me find it.
Okay.
Because
I can look it up too.
I think it's called Trust the Last. I think it is. Yeah, Trust Last. It's by Kumi Koda.
Oh, that's right. It's fucking
and
Kodakumi.
Shona no Kaze.
That's right, because I was talking about it recently with someone, because we were talking about how, we'll never hit the Black Cherry era ever again. She's kind of washed.
Yeah. So, the opening's fine. I think that it suits the show and what it does, because it kind of does, it's a battle royale kind of thing, so it definitely hypes you up for that aspect of it, but I don't, and I can't even say that it doesn't necessarily fit the theme of the show itself. It's just more of that, I've heard so many Kamen Rider openings at this point, and all of them are fucking incredible. So it just kind of sucks that the opening for this really good show doesn't have the umph that other ones have for me. If anybody out here, I'm just saying, even if you don't fucking watch Kamen Rider or Toku or anything, look up the opening to Kamen Rider Saber.
I need you to get me Sentai pilled.
I will get. I'll get you Toku Pill. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you, bestie.
I've seen a few Kamen Riders, but it's been a while. The last one I watched was Ghost, I think.
I heard Ghost was pretty good.
Because that was
I haven't watched
new
that one.
around the time. I just watched whatever the newest one was. That was what people suggested. If you don't want to get from the beginning, just watch whatever the newest was. That was 2013 probably.
Jujutsu has a very good opinion on the openings. Hard agree.
Kamen Rider Ghost. When the fuck was that? 2013? 2015. Yeah, that sounds about right.
2015.
Yep.
The year after that is the show we're on right now. Actually, Kamen Rider X-Aid.
Really? That's still going on?
No. We're just watching that right now.
Got you.
My group that I'm watching a lot of older Kamen Rider stuff with. Yeah, it's been really good. It's been so good. Gaim's very funny, by the way. I'm gonna give y'all a brief history lesson. Going backwards. Gaim is basically almost a direct product of Madoka, and Madoka is a direct product of Kamen Rider Ryuki, which is a direct product of Night No Murder. And that's not a lie.
Oh my god, I still need to watch the Madoka movies, especially before the new one comes out. Cab, we got a schedule. We got a lot of stuff to get through, baby.
Please. But yeah, Toku's so good. I'll get you into it. But yeah, long story short, Yuri,
pull up, baby. Yeah, you can join us.
Yuri,
let's go.
I think you. Yeah, Genrobuchi. So Genrobuchi actually said himself that literally the first 3 episodes of Madoka were directly inspired by Kamen Rider Ryuki's setup and how it did its stuff. And a lot of the characters in their setup is very inspired by it. It's very good. I've after watching Ryuki, I've called Genrobuchi the most inspired hack of all time. But I love Madoka still. I could see where it came from. It's so good. Why did she mute?
Sorry. I was just typing about ads being over in chat. I didn't want to be intrusive. I wanted to give you your platform.
Oh, you're fine. I thought you were talking shit on me on stream.
Yeah, I was about to shit talk you. No, sorry. I just didn't want the click clackies to come through.
No, you're chilling.
MX Cherry Browns, they sound like this. Tippy tappy, chippy chippy choppa choppa doobie doobie da ba
So fucking real. But yeah, I do think Shin Kamen Rider is my favorite thing to come out of 2023.
Wow.
Just out of everything.
There it is. That's it right there. That's the Tomo Award for Cabbage of the Year award.
I watched I watched a lot of movies last year, and that one I just kept coming back to. It's very, very good. I will say that it was also hard to compete because I have a very specific favorite of the year that absolutely no one will have, Tomo.
Yeah? Cabbage of the Year award. Shin Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider, baby!
Goes to Shin Kamen Rider. There it is.
Shoka. It's so good.
Nikki of the Year award. Let me get Nikki's too. I gotta get these in chat. Nikki of the Year award goes to... It's Baldur's Gate, right?
Yeah, it was Baldur's Gate.
All right.
I heard Baldur's Gate was a favorite of a lot of people's. I still need to play that.
Yeah.
I watched some people playing it. I did not play it myself.
I
Did not
got about
finish a
30
full
hours in.
playthrough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. It was very overwhelming. It's big.
That's fair.
That's all. It's just I don't have enough time.
It's very large. I heard a lot of people kind of just like forgot about their lives for 3 weeks.
The problem was it came out. The problem was it came out right before Armored Core.
That's
and
fair.
that's I've been
Armored
waiting
Core, very
a decade
important.
for.
Very important.
Oh my god, we got the Chippy Choppa clip. Let's go!
So fucking good.
Thank you for the clip, by the way. I love when people clip my channel. It's really important.
Clips very good. We love when clips.
Mm-hmm.
I will, but yeah, I will say my favorite random thing that nobody will know or give a shit about but me. There's a music video for this Utaholoid song called Heat Abnormal.
Okay.
Heat Abnormal. The music video is by Tama. I think it's Tamanoha07. That's like the username, and it's a Yumaniki music video. It's a Yumaniki fan music video.
Is that your music? Your big
That's my
music choice
music-
for the year?
It's funny because I think that song also came out last year.
Okay.
So I would say that's probably like one of my number ones.
What in 2023 or 2022? You mean?
2023.
Cool.
2023.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any other music things you like? But actually, finish your thought on that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Yumaniki is a very important game to me, and it's a very important game to just indie gaming in general.
That was
And
like an RPG Maker game, right?
in 2004. The final, quote unquote, final version of it was out in like 2007. English released in like 2011. Released again for Steam in like 2017, I want to say.
Okay.
It's one of the most unique gaming experiences you will ever have. It is barely a game, but it is a it's such a game at the same time.
I love stuff like that.
It's like the definition of a walking sim, yet it's not.
Nice.
It's so good. It's one of my favorite games, and that music video has so many intrinsic little things in it. Like, even the transition it does, though they seem nonsensical, they're direct pathways in the game, which already make no sense, but the fact that they did that much effort to make sure it matches with that just made me go, oh. Like I saw myself walking in the same areas in my head, like at fucking 3 a.m. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, but that's like definitely like my favorite music video pick for the year.
Heck yeah.
If I were to choose like an album,
yeah.
controversial. I don't really care. I like I loved Glave's new album this year. I don't care that I care so much.
I don't care at all. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Love that
I think the car probably. I think the car as a song broke my top 20 probably. It's the most. It is the most Killer's Hot Fuss era song I have heard since 2004.
It's so good.
It's so good.
For me, my favorite track off of that one was what was it? What's the name of the song? All I know is as you walk away from me, I counted every stride. God damn it, this happens every time. Fucking what is it? I can find it.
I honestly don't know the song names that well. It's been a minute since I listened. As If was really good too.
As If was incredible.
Put this on right
I'm
now
actually
in the background for you. If I have it in my iTunes library, I'm putting on whatever the music everyone talks about is.
I found it. It's I'm Nothing, That's All That I Am.
Yes.
That's the song.
God,
yeah.
he's so emo. I love him.
I
love him. He's our sweet baby boy.
Sweet little baby emo boy. I love him so much.
Blave's great though,
Protect him.
It's a great evolution of his sound too, because he's trying to break away from the hyperpop mold, and I think he did it in a really great way, especially in a way that like tickles the current landscape of music of like revisiting early 2000s, late 90s sounds.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
some of this shit sounds like The Killers. Like,
I was gonna say even like it's not even we're kind of going through that route right now because I know Olivia Rodrigo's last album very pop
very
punk.
pop punky. Her first album was too. Yeah, like that's in. You know, Willow Smith is doing the same.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I loved that. That was a fucking great album. I was trying to think of it. I almost said Carolyn Polishek's recent album, but
I still need to listen to it.
It's really good, but the problem for me is that there's like 3 songs off of it I hone in on, so I can't really say the whole album is my favorite. There's tracks on it that I like.
I know it got a
but
lot of
Blade-
critical acclaim.
It's really good.
I've never gotten into her solo music. I love the one song she did with Charlie XCX though.
It's If you like that, I think you might like the most recent album.
Yeah.
I will say that just like I said, the album's good, but it's just like the whole album didn't have that for me as much as it did just single tracks.
Yeah.
Glaive's album, the whole thing had me
great.
start to finish, and I do not stop thinking about it.
It was a very anticipated one for me too, because the year prior I had been listening to so much of his first 2 EPs. The All Dogs EP and the what the hell was it? The first one with like Astrid and like DND and all those songs. I forget what it's called, but like
I know what you're talking about.
oh my
I'm
god,
so bad with
Eyesore,
album
like
names.
that first EP he did was so good, and like it's just a great evolution because it was a long time coming for him to drop a full project, and it hit.
Oh, totally.
It hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, Glaive's great.
Glaive's so good. I don't know. I just a lot of my friends don't listen to Glaive, so I'm like, I don't know if this is a good opinion, but
Yeah.
I love Glaive.
Yeah, he's
I
great.
love Glaive. I love him.
I'm a big Glaive defender.
A Glaive defender. I'm a
Well,
Glaive
some people don't really
enthusiast.
like him that much because I think people are like getting tired of hyperpop if it's not made by like some like fucking girl that twinks, I don't know, idolize. I mean, it's true.
So fair. No, you're right. You're right. Here's the thing. I'm an OG girly when it comes to hyperpop. I remember I had no idea how to describe the genre back when literally the only
When it
thing
was, like,
making that
PC
sound
music.
was PC music.
Yup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I remember the PC music days. I
Yeah.
remember when Cutie dropped. I remember.
Oh, you're a real one! No, because like even if you go into my iTunes right now and you look at like the genre tag on the old PC music compilations on Sophie Product on like the Hey Cutie single, the genre tag I think still just says PC music because nobody knew what the fuck to
Yeah.
call it until Spotify just made some bullshit up.
No, exactly. And that wasn't that because of
They've been chasing that ever since. That's why every year on your Spotify Wrapped, it always says like, "Oh, you've been listening to nautical witch pop," and it's just like you're never doing this again, Spotify. You're never gonna have that moment again.
No, it's true. Like it's so
Yeah.
fucking true though. I remember oh god, you know what actually sent me when I was younger back in like PC music era when Sophie did that remix of what was it?
Rip Sophie, by the way.
Rip Sophie. I love her. I miss her.
Gone way too soon. It's fucked up.
What's the fucking song called? Oh my god. It's the one that had the Miku on it. The Miku feature. Fucking
It was fucking her and Ayumi Hamasaki, I think, that did it.
Yeah. With Sophie on it. Fucking what was that song?
Yeah.
called? I know that song. I love that song.
I forget the name
What
of
is
the
it
song,
called?
but yeah, I heard it again recently, like a couple. I think I even put it in the girly server. I was like, wow, I erased this from my memory, even though it's a banger.
Want to Be. I
Wanna
think
Be.
it's what
That was it. Yep.
Want to Be.
That
yeah.
was it.
It's Be Who I Want to Be.
Be
That's
Who
what
I
it
Want
is.
to Be.
Yeah.
That was it, for sure.
When I found out Michium did tuning on that, I was like, that makes so much sense. That's so real.
Such a good track.
Like, it's so good. And the little music video for it and shit, too. I'm mad that they took the full thing off of YouTube because I love going back to that one. It's so good. It's so cute.
It's good.
Oh,
It's good
what
stuff.
a good time to get into, like, newer music back then. I was just like, oh, this shit's so fucking cool. I need to send this to everybody. And some people were like, I don't get it. I was like, that's cool. I'm going to keep throwing it in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I'm so happy that Sophie became the fucking just total
Legend
like,
she deserves
powerhouse
to
that she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy that she did. Vlad, were you asking about what happened with Sophie, or?
be. Yeah, Sophie passed away a couple years ago
It was
already.
2
What,
years
2 years
ago,
ago,
I
I think.
think.
Yeah. She fell.
Which is so sad.
The reports said that she was trying to get a picture of the moon on the rooftop of her hotel in Greece, or like an Airbnb. And apparently she like fell off or something, and it's fucking tragic.
Which is so awful.
Tragic. She's the most innovative producer of the last 20 years.
She is part of why Charlie's sound has evolved how it did.
Not just that, she's the reason that pop music.
I was gonna say so much of pop music, like modern, like this, very much of a return to the actually like bubbly, like
really gritty sounds as well. Like she normalized having really disgusting sounds in your production.
Yes, which is what I love, because that's the thing that I feel like we were missing in pop for a while. Is everything just ended up kind of sounding. I don't want to say it sounded the same, but it was sterile. It was just very, I want to say, safe after a while. It kind of just kept. But
Sophie brought some danger back to pop music.
Oh, she's incredible. She's an icon. We will never forget her. In the words of Mastaser, God is trans, so let's pray to her and stream Sophie.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Sophie is one of the best to ever do it, and it's criminal that Sophie has passed away, and her best song is still left unreleased because Charlie XCX has a fucking ego. Charlie, you need to drop Can You Hear Me? It's the best song either of you have ever made, and it would be a hit song.
Baby,
it would literally be bigger than Boom Clap, bitch. Drop it. What the fuck are you doing?
So true.
It's the best song you've ever made. It's disrespectful to Sophie's legacy.
So true. Keep yelling.
Yeah. Anyways, Cab, thank you for joining me at the Tomo Awards for 2023. Oh my god.
Long story short, everybody should watch Shin Kamen Rider Smile.
Let's get some 8s in chat for Cab. Let's get a round of applause. Woo! Let's get some. Woo!
Thank you for having me, Miss Tomo.
I
love you.
I'm yourself, Cabbage.
Yeah. When I saw you say that, I was like, I'm gonna make this work. I gotta do this.
Oh my god.
Okay, I will dip. I'm gonna keep lurking around.
For sure, bud.
Lurking. I'll send the 8s in.
All right. Thanks, bud.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh my god.
Wait. Everybody, don't forget to eat your vegetables and stay hydrated.
There it is. If you're not following Cabbage already, all y'all need to go follow Cabbage right now. Let me give you another shout out. There we go. Everybody go follow Cab. Oop, I need to wait 30 minutes before I give another shout out. So let me just pop your name in chat. There you go. Go follow Cab, everybody.
You should eat your veggies. It's
Yuri,
good
eat
for
your
you,
vegetables.
Yuri. Eat your vegetables. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. Where's Yuri at? I think it's time for Yuri to get in here now. Oops. That's the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Eating cotton candy and drinking beer, does that count? Probably not a vegetable if I had to guess. Just a small guess though. Okay, let me move this up over here. Wait, I'm coming. Take your time, Yuri. Take your time. I only prepared assets, like visual assets for Yuri, because I know there's a specific thing Yuri's definitely going to talk about. Anyways, are you guys enjoying the Tomo Awards so far? Are you guys having some fun? Chat, drop some of your favorite stuff in chat right now. What would you give your Tomo Award to for your favorite media of 2023? Chat. Everybody in chat right now, what's your favorite thing from last year? Make sure to put a little trophy emoji in it. Destroying fools and super auto pets. I'll be there ASAP. Okay, Yuri. That's fine. I can start, honestly, a little bit as well on my stuff as well, possibly. And you can jump in halfway through or something. I don't know. Yeah, let me start getting through mine while we wait for Yuri's. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Yeah, I saw that earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt our guest. Some of y'all might have said stuff while we had a guest on, so I didn't want to interrupt them. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, I need to get around to. Jet Set Radio is fucking back, baby. Funky Grandpa's back. Funky Uncle. 16-bit Sensation, Another Layer. I've never heard of that. What's that? Probably Baldur's Gate 3, because I think it's only really new thing I was into in 2023. I think that's a pretty recurring sentiment for a lot of people. I know Baldur's Gate just like re-sparked joy for a lot of people last year, and I think that's really special, especially for an indie game to do, you know? God, it barely even looks like an indie game. It's indie, but that looks like a AAA game. They're just that fucking talented, you know? Just that dedicated to the craft. So anyways, chat, let me start mine. My main presentation is music. So let me get it real quick. Perfect. Right next to the Glaive album is my number 23. So before I fucking do this, let me talk about sort of what this is. I, every year, take the last 2 digits of the year and list that many albums, because I listen to a lot of albums. There were probably over 100 albums I really got into and liked last year, but only 23 for 2023 get presented. So,
Czy to Freddy Fazbear?
So Freddy Fazbear. Oh, never mind. Here's Yuri.
or.
Is that an indie game? Yeah, it really is an indie game. Anime about a game dev obsessed with old school eroge who travels back in time, back and forth to the 90s and both watches the development of games and accidentally changes the past a bunch. Holy shit! Maybe he can stop Yandere dev from doing all that fuck shit. Oh my god, hi Yuri. Oh my god, Chavalian, thank you so much for the follow. What's up, buddy?
Really? I missed something in the time that I muted the tab and then joined.
What? What did you miss?
Wait, what was the anime?
What?
Oh,
16-bit sensation, another layer.
okay. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, well, it's an anime about a game dev obsessed with old school eroge who travels back and forth to the 90s and both watches the development of games and accidentally changes the past a bunch. Duh.
My bad.
Oh my god, hi, Gary.
Oh my god, hi.
Hi.
Oh my god, hi.
Gary, I know there was something that you really liked in 2023.
You mean the thing that became my personality?
Yeah, why don't you talk about it
For
a
the
bit?
next 3 months? Oh no, you've got visuals!
Oh, I told you, I had the asset ready. This is the only one I prepared, because I knew what your shit was going to be. Yeah, everybody, let me get you in the stream title.
Oh, ow.
Are you okay?
I just hit my wall.
Real. Did it hurt?
No.
Oh, that's good then. Anyways, Yuri,
God.
how's it going?
What do I say about
Can we get some 8s in chat for Yuri? Can we get a round of applause for our newest presentator, Yuri? Let's get some 8s in chat. Let's get a round of applause. For anybody who doesn't know, the reason we use 8 is because it's phonetically, this is what they do in Japanese chats, because 8 can be transliterated as pachi pachi, and that is the onomatopoeia sound for clapping. That's what it means.
I didn't know that.
That's why
so
they do that.
cute.
That's why you see that in like HoloLive chats and shit.
I knew about the grass one, the W's.
Yeah. That's.
I knew about the grass. The grass is so funny.
Yeah. Well, technically, the W is separate from like the kasai, like grass kanji. The W actually comes from warai, which means to smile or to laugh.
Oh, cute.
So it's like wada. That's what it means. It means like big smiles, big laughs.
Oh my god.
Anyways, welcome Yuri. Welcome in. Welcome to the
Hi.
Tomo Awards. What would you like to talk
Hi.
about today?
I got a couple of boys I want to talk about.
Couple of twinks.
Couple of twinks. Hey, not all of them are twinks.
My favorite thing about this album cover is that like half of their faces are cut out, but then the fucking green hair twink that you love gets center stage, and so does this other fucking guy.
Hey, Set's a cool guy. He's
Sure.
silly. He's silly. What do I say? I'm not good at presenting things.
Just talk. Just babble about it. You got the tism a wee bit. Talk about it. Let it free.
I'm just put on the spot right now.
That's the point.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm nervous. This is my boys. I love them
about
so
them.
much.
Talk about how much you love them.
It was It was a cool video. It was a like really nice story, and
Start from the top. You gotta explain what it is first.
Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm
trying to lead you. I'm trying to guide you. You said you were
Thank
nervous.
you. Guide me, please.
I'm
Please
guiding
help
you.
me. Save me, Tomo. Tomo, save
I
me.
don't want to talk over you either, but I'll guide you a bit if you need me to.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. No, this what is it? It's KDA that came out in 2018. Okay, cool, with their hit single
I have
Pop
them in my
Stars.
library. I'll play them.
Ooh, I love KDA. So they basically, because they were so successful, spawned more music groups to be made in more of a like poppy style from League of Legends, as a separate universe in the League of Legends. And this is one of them. It was the boy group, because people had been asking for a boy group since KDA dropped, me especially. And they finally did it, and I think they did a really good job. I think they should have done more, but you know what? They did a really good job. This has been my life for the last 3 months.
I think one of my favorite parts about this era for you is that when this was a rumor, and like the rumor was ramping up, like this is definitely happening in like whatever month it came out, October, November, September? No, it was more like October, November.
There was pictures of 80s at Riot headquarters.
So that's what this was. The rumors were like Yuri's favorite real life twink. She was like, oh my god, he's gonna be in this thing. And he didn't end up being in it, right? Right?
They could do something else with 80s, but no, they didn't.
Yeah, and it ended up being someone else, and you still ended up obsessed.
But it was my favorite EXO member, so it works out just fine.
There we go. Anyways, continue.
Would have been cool with 18s bringing up. Anyways.
Talk about it.
It was just a cool music video, and I like it a lot. It's like, it's what I needed in like, seasonal depression time.
Real.
Of like just these silly boys that are just like, they're all misfits kind of, and they're all kind of failures.
You're describing the new Yakuza game to me right now. That's 90 in my seasonal depression. These fucking girl failure ass boys.
These fucking girl fails.
Hi Braska, thanks for the lurk.
They're all failures in their like industries. Like Ezreal was a one-hit wonder. Kane got kicked out of his band. I'm trying to remember all of them. Whatever. Anyways, they're just failures, and they're like, oh hey, you know what? If we can't do this with other people backing us, let's just do this. Let's get together and do this thing. Let's just fuck around, find out.
Fuck around and find out. Let's go.
And I think the marketing was pretty cool for the little marketing that they did. Could have done more. Should have done more. They kind of dropped it 2 weeks after they started teasing it, but we're not gonna talk about that.
They didn't give them the KDA promo,
They did not give them the KD. Not even the True Damage promos.
Well,
like, True Damage, we got.
I believe in the oppression of men, so.
Messed up.
Misandry kind of rocks.
But like, we got cool photos with True Damage, we got photos of the artists that were like the voices of the characters, and then they drew the characters with the artists, and it was really cool. Nope, nothing like that. But there was a lot of really cool, there was little Discord calls that we got.
I remember those. Oh, that's right.
So cute.
They did do some cool promo stuff. So I know another thing you were showing me was that they made playlists for each of the characters on Spotify of like other songs kind of that they would have on their playlists. Is that right?
The playlists were really cool, and it was like,
there was
a couple songs from like the artists that were voicing them, but then it was other stuff, and like
there was some telling stuff.
Like, oh, they're very LGBT here, I see.
The thing I believe is the case is like with something like League of Legends, especially coming out of South Korea, they can't really explicitly say that a character is gay for like cultural and like mostly for like financial investment reasons.
It's mostly to protect like their what's it called? So they do have like canonically LGBT characters, but they're not explicitly written to League of Legends specifically.
Yeah.
They're more obvious in like Legends of Runeterra because they can just change the lines in other countries. There's just countries that the game and IP exists where people could not be alive anymore because they work with the company. So they don't do anything like that.
Yeah.
So
but I think it's
unfortunate.
Very cool that I forget who it was. One of them had like Kevin Abstract and like Frank Ocean on there and like Tyler the Creator and shit like on their playlist, which like they are explicitly very gay artists who didn't come out until like a little bit into their careers, except for Kevin Abstract. I'm pretty sure no, actually I think he came out with the American Boyfriend album. Anyways, regardless, very cool though. I remember seeing those.
Yeah, they put something about him in Aphelios's.
Brockhampton, that's what it was, yeah.
Thank you, Riot.
That's a deep cut too,
Very
like
cool.
best Brockhampton album, deep cut song. And it's a very explicitly gay one. Anyways. Anything else you want to add about that one, or? About Heartsteel?
I'm thinking.
If not, we can also move on to anything else you enjoyed.
Aphelios is so gender he is. No, I think that's all I wanted to say.
Any other
cool.
any other media you enjoyed in 2023?
Okay.
Were there any games?
I made a list.
You made a list?
I made a list.
What do we got?
All right. My game of the year specifically, or should I do my runner-up? I had a runner-up game.
Yeah, do your runner-up and then do your game of the year. We'll give you the YuriUe award.
My runner-up game was Tears of the Kingdom, because that game surprised me a lot. I did not like Breath of the Wild at all, almost. Like, I think I played 3 hours and then I never touched it again.
Okay.
And then Tears of the Kingdom I impulsively bought the day that it released. I was like, whatever, I'll just play it for a few hours, see if I like it. If I don't, it's not a big deal, whatever. Yeah, I have a lot of hours in it now. I'm not done, but
I ain't done.
You know, I'm getting there.
I'm getting there, yeah.
The only complaint I have is the underground. I hate the underground.
Same.
It's kind of dog.
It's kind of
But it's fun
grindy and a waste of time.
But it's really
And
good.
empty.
It made me cry at certain points. I won't say, but it's good. It was a good game.
Yeah, I agree, D. The building mechanisms in Tears of the Kingdom, I think, add a lot to it, and I think they make the puzzles feel a little bit more fun and creative as well. I think with the way I've been feeling about it, because Tears of the Kingdom also wouldn't be my game of the year at all. Yeah, exactly, D. I think Breath of the Wild was a more emotional experience, even if I think on paper Tears of the Kingdom is, in a lot of ways, the better game. I think Breath of the Wild just hit harder. For me. You feel the same way, Yuri, or?
I never got through it, so I don't have any feelings
Breath of
other
the Wild?
than I couldn't play it. Breath of the Wild, yeah. Tears of the Kingdom, though. Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know what it did to me. I don't like open world games. Like, I'm hard against them.
Yeah.
For me, personally. But it's like, oh, I feel like I am being told where I need to go. I just don't like being let out into a world and not knowing what to do. I need to be told what to do.
There are definitely games where I feel like that, and others, I think some open world games do the open world better, and I think Tears of the Kingdom was dramatically reduced by the impact of Elden Ring in particular. I didn't
play that one much either.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the last half of Elden Ring is a piece of dog shit, but that first half is so strong that I think it actually took away from Tears of the Kingdom for me.
I think I only met the blue lady, and I didn't beat the first boss.
You met the blue lady before the first boss?
I think so, or we were trying to and she didn't spawn. I remember trying to.
I see.
I
Interesting.
don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that about Tears of the Kingdom, though. I love Tears of the Kingdom. I do love it. I can't not hold it to the same standards I do hold other open world games to, because there are some open world games that just don't work for some people either. For me, I think Baldur's Gate, it didn't click for me the way it clicked for other people. There were times when I played Baldur's Gate that I felt too overwhelmed, and the reason I stopped was because I got to the Underdark and I said, this game is too big for me right now. I have Armored Core coming out in 2 weeks. I can't dedicate time to this when I know I'm going to drop it anyway. So I'm going to wait till I'm done with Tears of the Kingdom, Armored Core. And at this point now, I have fucking Yakuza to still get through. I have Dragon's Dogma, and now I got Tekken. I got fucking Tekken and Grand Blue, and like there's too many games. I can't not hold Tears of the Kingdom to the same standard I hold every other open world game too, though. Like, some open world games are too long, and the fact that Tears of the Kingdom got rid of the duplication glitches that actually made it a more concise, better experience really hurt my desire to finish it, because now I have to grind again, and I don't want to grind.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And what's your game of the year, though, Yuri?
My game of the year, I think is a shocker, actually. 100% is Sticky Business.
The Yuri of the Year award goes to Sticky Business. Tell us about it. I've never heard of this, so I'm interested in hearing about this right now.
It's really cute. It's a little indie game. It's really simple. The premise is you make stickers, you print stickers, and you sell stickers. And you have a sticker shop. And your customers, they can leave little notes on their orders, and they'll tell you like, oh yeah, I love your stickers, but then like eventually they'll start telling you about their lives and their relationships, and it tells a little story through people buying your stickers, and it's so fun to just sit and like be creative, throw together a bunch of like little presets, make your own stickers, and it was really cute, and it's got a really cute art style too. Like
Ooh, you're gonna have to show me this later. I want to see this
I
actually.
will 100%. It's so cute.
I don't think I've ever
It's got
talked
Twitch
about
integration.
Oh, does it? I love that
Yeah.
Twitch integration that's been happening lately with stuff like Cult of the Lamb, and I guess this too. Is it similar to that, like where it's like got that like extension thing?
Kinda. It's like just what is it? Twitch chat. You just type in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can place orders as a Twitch chat. It's really cute.
I wonder if anyone would ever do. You know what would be a really cool idea, Yuri? Let's get rich. All we have to do is develop an Overcooked like and have Twitch chat integration for the orders.
Oh my god!
How? Get me my paycheck right now. Get me the investors on the phone right now. I think we're about to get rich, Yuri. I think we're about to get rich.
I don't think anyone's done that.
There's no way anyone's done that. That's a fucking genius idea.
I think PlateUp has Twitch integration, but I've never tried.
When I think of Overcooked
Never
likes, I
tested
think PlateUp. I've never played PlateUp though.
It's fun.
It's more like a rogue-like Overcooked, right? Like it's more randomized. No?
You know, I've never actually played Overcooked.
No. Overcooked every level is like
Watched someone play
pre-made.
it. Oh, you pick like a restaurant at the beginning of the game, and then you pick like a recipe and stuff, and then you get to just like be in the kitchen and cook.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to better describe it then.
What is it?
If she doesn't have Overcooked as the touchstone, I don't know if I can get a straight answer to that. Yeah.
I've seen gameplay of Overcooked. I just never played it.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever seen more than like a minute or two of PlateUp, so it's funny. Overcooked's fun. Overcooked's cute.
It is cute. It is cute.
Anyways.
I just never got around to it because I didn't have anyone to play with. And I think when it came out, it was just local play, right?
I think so, yeah. And then Overcooked 2 added online. Yuri, would you mind entertaining chat for like 1 minute real quick? I gotta go to the bathroom really bad and I don't want to hit them on BRB.
I got this.
Just talk about something real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be 2 seconds.
Sorry. Hello. Hi. Hi, chat. Hi, how's it going? Hi, Vlad. What do I say? I'm so bad at being put on the spot. Oh my god, it's making me blush. didn't actually. I feel so silly. I didn't play many games in 2023. Oopsie. I think Cabbage said that she played like a bunch of older games. I just played League, and like I played a Fire Emblem game, not the new one. How's my day? It's going. I woke up at 4 a.m. I've been awake since. I downloaded Super Auto Pets. I played Super Auto Pets for like 9 hours today. Oopsie. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm a League of Legends gamer.
Okay, I came back and I heard League of Legends gamer, and I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
Because you got chat interested. I think you did an excellent job. Thank you for holding it down. What are we talking about?
Am I interesting? I was talking about my day. I played Super Auto Pets for the first time today, and then I played it for 9 hours.
What's that? I saw you were playing that earlier. What's that?
It's like... Okay, you know Revue Starlight, the game? It's like similar, but like not really. It's like Teamfight Tactics mixed with Revue Starlight.
Okay, interesting. I never played Revue Starlight.
What? Oh my god. Yeah. It was fun. It's like...
I was in Bandori.
It wasn't a Bandori.
No, I'm saying I was into Bandori, and it came out around the same time, and it was like... I didn't want anything else to pull me... Because when Bandori came out, I was still playing Love Live at the same time. So I didn't want to, like... add another thing to the list. Because, that was like a thing, you know? It was like a battle between Bandori and Revue, because Love Live was dying.
Yeah.
I think Bandori won.
Oh yeah, Revue's dead.
Who do you main? Love Live's dead too. High five. Who do you main in League, Yuri?
Unsurprisingly, I main Ari.
Okay.
The Fox Lady.
That's real. Fuck with that.
I want to be an Ezreal secondary, but I'm so not good at Ezreal.
Surprised you don't play him, yeah.
No, I play the shit out of him. I'm so bad, though.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, we played the other night and you were playing him, I think.
Maybe. No, I played Aphelios, the other twink.
Sure. You think I know what men look like? They all look the same.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I just wanted Ezreal's points to be, like, higher than... Or, like, my second highest, but I'm so bad at Ezreal.
Really?
I miss like 70% of my Qs, I swear.
Did you, no, Kyra, don't play League. She gone?
Me? Am I gone?
Is Kyra gone?
Oh.
I might have been pressured into playing League a little bit again. I'm not telling the League story again. It's a funny one, but it's for another stream.
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Yeah, I've played. I'm not a League player. I've played maybe 4 games in the last 3 weeks, and before that, the last time I played was 2022 for about a month, and then the last time before that I played was 2012.
Real? You're so real for that?
Yeah, I have good self-control. But was there any other media you enjoyed in 2023, Yuri?
I actually remembered more media that I enjoyed. Surprisingly. I was like, I didn't like anything in 2023. 2023 kind of sucked, but like it actually didn't. Like it was all right. I think it was really bad for a certain genre of media, like anime. But you know.
Oh yeah, anime and yeah, hip hop hasn't been doing super great lately either. I don't even know. Do I have a hip hop album on my? I think I have to have at least 1 or 2. But yeah, hip hop's in a pretty sorry state right now, which sucks because it went through a renaissance a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Just the pandemic really ruined the record industry. I can get into that later, but yeah. Anyways, so what were you thinking then, Yuri?
Oh, Oh, for anime specifically, I want to talk about 3 things.
Sure.
3 things. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
2 of them are the same thing, basically, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. So, Agretzko Season 5 came out 2023. I forgot about that.
Did it? I haven't seen it since Season 2.
I had to
Oh,
search
shit.
for it because I was like, wait, did that come out in 2023? No way. It did. It did. That shit was great. I loved Season 5. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what I lied. There was another anime I liked.
I thought you said there were 3
that I liked. There was. Okay, so two of them were anime things that were the same, basically.
Okay.
But like,
What was that?
it's actually 4 now. I've remembered something else. Okay, the one I just remembered was Skip and Loafer. That one was good as shit.
Oh,
That
Cabbage
was
really
great.
liked that.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was art. That was beautiful. It was great. Fantastic. I need more. Anyways, the other thing, did you end up watching Oshinoko?
I didn't actually, yeah. No, I don't watch much anime anymore, honestly. I think the only thing I watched, the only new anime in 2023 I watched, was the last season of Gundam Witch from Mercury. That was it. I'd love to watch Frieren. Me and some friends were gonna get around to that, but yeah, I don't really watch a lot anymore. I have some stuff bookmarked that I want to get into, but
Yeah, I don't watch like anything anymore because I look at it and I'm like, okay.
Oh, there's Cab.
What's the demographic? Up.
Jisoo watched it too. Heck yeah. Yeah, seems like that's a hit.
It was good. It was like actually art.
Let me see. The Tomo Award for Best Anime by Community Choice goes to Skip and Loafer.
Correct answer. It's just hard to watch things now. It's like, okay, what's the demographic? What's the genre? Who was the original author? If it was an adaptation, who's directing it? And like, I need all the stars to align, or I'm not gonna watch it.
Real. Poggers. So what was your other thing then?
Oh, my other thing was Oshinoko. I really enjoyed Oshinoko, but I especially enjoyed the ending. The ending song, Mephisto from Queen Bee.
Oh man, they did that? Shout out to Avi, the fucking Avu, the trans singer from Queen Bee.
I'm nodding, you can't see it.
Yeah,
No,
Queen Bee was like a really, so like I have personal experience with Queen Bee. Like I haven't heard them in years. I really loved their first 2 or 3 albums. They were like a straight up like noise punk band for their first couple albums, and then they just moved into pop. But those first couple albums are so special, and I'm really glad that they're like popular now. I didn't know they did that. That's cool.
I don't know if I knew any of their other songs before, but like the first time that
They're only just starting to get big. But yeah. They were big in like indie Japanese music circles for their first couple albums in the early 2010s. They didn't go by Queen Bee back then. They went by their like weird romanization of the name Ziovachi. But yeah, they're solid. Anyways, continue.
I don't know if I had listened to any of their stuff before, but like I'm really bad with band names that I'm not like hyper fixating on.
Real, that's fair. Understandable.
Yeah, like the first time that the opening came on, I was like, holy shit.
The Yosobi song.
Fuck. No. Sorry, did I say the opening? I meant the ending. The ending.
The ending? Yeah.
The ending of the year, 100%.
I'll have to hear it. I don't know if anything's gonna beat Red Bookmark from Wish from Mercury. That's a fucking
That's
masterpiece.
okay. I didn't watch it, so
You got to.
It's okay.
After we finish Turn A
It's
Gundam,
okay.
we're gonna watch Witch from Mercury because it's about gay bitches.
that's the gay one.
Yeah, well, they're all the gay one, but that's like the explicitly gay
That one's
one.
the explicitly gay one. They
Yeah.
got married, didn't they?
They did. No, actually, they got fan interpreted.
Oh. Oh. Thanks.
Oh my god.
But Mephisto is a really good song.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, art.
Art.
Okay, and then I've got like one more thing.
Yeah. What do you got? Oh god, the maniacal laugh. What's coming?
We're rolling back to my twinks.
Alright.
Not
Cool.
the League of Legends twinks, but the almost were League of Legends
80s.
80s.
They dropped something new, right?
80s. They just dropped an album like at the end of 2023.
Nice.
It was the World episode Finn Will. Holy shit.
Was it
They
good?
had like duo songs. It was really good. Like, I think Crazy Form is not my favorite like title track, but the rest of the album was really fucking good. And they had duo songs on there. Like they had a couple of the boys do like just a song by themselves.
Yeah, I love when
And,
albums
like-
do that in like K-pop.
Oh, I love it so much. I love like subunits and solo songs so much. It makes me very happy. But they had a duo song. They had a duo song with Yoonho and Mingi called Youth.
Nice.
And it was, ooh, it's so sad. It's so sad. It makes me emotional.
Oh my god.
This whole album was good, and Jungho gets his solo, and it's really good. His voice is so beautiful, and holy shit. Thank you, KQ. Thank you.
Oh my
They gave
God.
me art.
Let's go. See, we love that though. You enjoyed an album last year.
Yeah.
Which, like, for me, I'm usually the odd one out. A lot of people don't listen to albums anymore. They
Yeah,
listen to
I don't
songs
listen
and
to
playlists
nearly.
and stuff. But like for me, I'm an album person, which is what we're gonna move on to next is my album thing. But like it's nice that someone else came on here with an album.
I don't listen to nearly as many albums as I used to.
That's fine.
Just because
The
streaming
world's
is
moved
like,
on. Yeah, the streaming is convenient
Yeah.
for something else, you know, and it pushes
It's
a
hard.
different style of listening onto people, and it's not really something that was a conscious decision for people. It just became a cultural normality, you know?
It's also just like really hard because I got into K-pop in like 2017, 18, and K-pop albums physically are so expensive,
They really
and I like
are.
having the physical disc. So I don't have a lot of them, and I have not listened to a lot of K-pop albums because I am just lazy, and I'm like, I'll listen to the title tracks, and if I really, really like you, I'll listen to the rest of the album. Except then the album only has 2 or 3 more songs.
Yeah, that's the thing about K-pop albums usually is that like when I do my album of the year awards, I usually don't give EPs a spot unless they're Korean specifically, because that is the primary mode of releasing music in Korea. It is very rare that a K-pop group that isn't like one of the big 5 will actually release a full-length like 10 plus song album. You know, normally they limit it to like 5 to 7 or so. And they call it an EP or a mini album, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yuri, thank you for joining me at the Tomo Awards for 2023. Can we
Thank you
get a
for
round of
having me.
8s for Yuri in chat right now?
Thank you for letting me talk about my hyperfixations. It took me a second. I realized that all of my top things of 2023 were literally things that I was already obsessed with.
Oh my god. Another League Twink enjoyer.
Twink enjoyer, League of Legends enjoyer, K-pop enjoyer.
Oh my god. Oh my
E.
god. Thanks for joining me, Yuri.
Thank you for having me. Have a good rest of your stream.
Thank you. Bye. Wow, I believe that's all of our guests for the evening, which means it's, I think, time to move on to me. I was actually going to do the guests last and me first, save the best for last, but I guess now I have to have my fucking spotlight. So here's how we're going to do this, chat. I have my 23 albums of the year, as well as some games to talk about. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the games first, and then we're going to lightning round through the albums. I don't want to spend too much time on them because not everyone's interested in it. So what we're going to do the games first, and then we're going to fucking do the albums lightning round, and then I'll spend a little bit of extra time on like the top 5 probably. But for right now, let's talk about the games. So there is one we already talked about, which would be Tears of the Kingdom. However, I want to do a little vote, chat. We're going to do a community-voted Tomo Award. Are you guys ready for a community-voted Tomo Award? We'll put a poll in chat, or we'll actually, no, I think the way I did it, we'll have everybody vote with a number in chat. So chat, let's do a quick community vote for Todd's Big Shitter of the Year Award. Chat, put a 1 in chat if Redfall was the bigger shitter. Put a 2 in chat if Starfield was the bigger shitter. For Todd's Big Shitter of the Year Award, chat, which one will it be? I think for me, I'm gonna put a 1 in chat for Redfall. What about you guys though? We got a 2, we got a 1, we got another 1, we got a 2. I don't think I should count myself. We got 2 2s, we got 2 for Starfield, we got 1 for Redfall. Where's everybody else at? Let's get some. We got another 2 for Starfield. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else still around? Anybody got another vote? As much as I hate Starfield and what it stands for, Redfall is just so awfully, terribly, horribly unfinished and broken and just bad. The reason I vote for Redfall, right, is that I am just disappointed with the direction that Arcane Studios has been going in. As much as I think I hate Starfield more because I played it. I didn't even bother fucking playing Redfall. Prey is one of my top 5 games of all time. And to see that team was forced to make that piece of shit by the new corporate overlords at Xbox and Microsoft, especially after Microsoft just fired fucking 2,000 people this weekend. 2,000 employees at Microsoft got laid off, including ones from their recently acquired Activision Blizzard, including ones from Bethesda. It's a travesty. Probably Arcane too. Probably Machine Games. It's a travesty. I think Redfall speaks volumes about the future direction of Arcane Studios, especially considering they're making a third-person action-adventure Blade game. Who the fuck asked for Arcane to make that? So for me, I give that award to Redfall. However, this is the Tomo Community Award for Todd's Big Shitter of the Year. And let me tally up the votes. We got 3 for Starfield, and we got 2 votes for Redfall. Which means, chat, the Tomo Award to the Tomo Award for Todd's Biggest Shitter of 2023 goes to Starfield. Wait, there it is. This is so sad. Can we get some frowny faces in chat for Todd's Biggest Shitter of 2023, Starfield? Oh my god. It's so sad. It's so sad. I can't believe this happened. Oh my goodness. Achoo. Achoo. So, I think, however, moving on to something a little more positive. I actually forgot to prepare an image for it, but my 3rd game of the year is gonna have to go to Like a Dragon Ishin. I loved that game. I had a great time playing it on stream. It was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that after almost a decade, we finally got it in the West. It's really good. It's a highly recommended game. Yeah, get fucked, Todd. For real. I mainly played older games the last year. The only thing I played that actually came out in 2023 was Fashion Dreamer. Did you enjoy that? I know I have a lot of friends who liked it, but didn't quite like it as much as Style Savvy. How did you feel about it? I guess to move on while we wait as well, we can multitask here. My number 2 game of the year. Honestly, Street Fighter 6. I had a great time with Street Fighter 6. It genuinely just has a lot of issues now, but what we got in July of 2023 was one of the best fighting games of the last decade. And it seems like that is something that we are hearing with every big new fighting game that's come out. When Grand Blue Rising came out last year, a lot of people were saying that about that. Tekken 8 just came out this weekend, and people are saying it about that. We're in kind of another fighting game renaissance right now. I enjoyed Street Fighter 6 a lot. There's a lot I would change about it. The monetization is absolutely fucking foul, and it sucks because it's not even monetization for things people want. It's monetization for the avatar characters that people don't use anymore. I liked it for what it was, but I didn't play any of the style-savvy games. I got you, I see. Hell yeah, though. That's cool. Yeah, so number 2 goes to Street Fighter 6. My number 1 Tomo Award for Game of the Year, to no one's surprise, is Armored Core 6, and it's not full screen, is Armored Core 6! Fires of Rubicon, Game of the Year, Tomo Award of the Year, goes to... Armored Core 6. Who'da thunk? Yeah, no, this one is kind of just... It's kind of a masterwork. It's kind of just one of the best games I think I've ever played. I don't think it meets the top... I don't think it meets the top 3 Armored Core games. No, I don't think it's the best Armored Core game. It's the top 3, though. I still think Silent Line and For Answer are stronger games, but, like, 6 is pretty fucking incredible. I highly recommend it. Especially when it goes on sale. If you guys enjoy the Souls games, I think you owe it to yourself to play this one at this point, honestly. Especially if you like Sekiro. It takes a lot of hints from Sekiro, in a good way, because for me, I don't like Sekiro at all. And I think Armored Core 6 just does a lot of special stuff. Anyways, we have our ad break coming up now. We are going to have to actually take that BRB because I want to get more water. When we come back from this ad break, we are going to talk about my favorite music of 2023. My favorite albums, my 23 favorites. We're going to rapid fire through them. We don't want to spend too long on them. And I'll take a bit of extra time with the top 5, though, just to really describe why I love them so much. But chat, we are trying to hit partner this year, and we are growing every single stream. So I would really appreciate it if everybody would stick around through this next 3 minutes of ads so that your view still remains, because every view counts to get to partner. We need an average of 75 viewers. We have a long way to go still, but there's a lot of things that are probably going to rapidly grow us as a streamer, as a channel this year, particularly coming in the next couple months. So please do stick around. Again, every single person counts. I know ads suck. If you want to drop a sub, if you have a free Prime sub, you won't even have to watch them. You can just listen to the fun music we have on the BRB screen. But you guys aren't going to miss a thing. It's a free and easy way to support the channel, and it prevents you guys from having to watch random ads in the middle of the stream or when you first show up. So please do stick around through this ad break. It would mean a lot for me. And we'll be back in 3 minutes to finish up the Tomo Awards with my favorite music of the year. Stick around.
がして僕の方がオーバーヒートしそう爆発してハイになってもこのままだと笑ってるねきっと街を追い越してこの世の果てまで飛ばして真珠しようさ手を伸ばして地平線に届くように限界まで振り切ってくれ Crash into the rolling morning flash I'm in the coldest driver's high 最高のフィナーレよ Yeah
Welcome back, chat. Thank you for sticking around through the ad break. I really appreciate it. Like I said, we only have to run that once an hour, and we always hit that BRB screen so you guys don't miss a thing. I really appreciate everyone who sticks through that, though, because it really helps support the growth of the channel. Again, we're trying to hit Twitch Partner this year. I don't really like talking about views or anything like that, but like for Partner, it is the most strict goal for getting Partner is reaching that minimum viewer average. So every single person who sticks around means so much to me, and I really appreciate that. Anyways, I am moving on to my favorite albums of the year. Big sip. Okay, so we're gonna kind of rapid fire this. So right off the top, number 23. Let me make sure this is. Here we go. I really should have organized this better, but I didn't. So, anyways, number 23. That's gonna go straight to New Jeans, the Get Up EP. I think a lot of people fell in love with New Jeans this year. This particular album really propelled them to like superstardom. I think Super Shy is probably, this and ETA are like a lot of people's favorite songs this year, and I would agree. I think this is one of the best. This is the biggest hope that K-pop girl groups have right now for the new generation. They're just so beyond excellent. They're smooth as hell. The songs are just so catchy. The production's immaculate. They're just excellent all around. I love the fucking 8-bit Powerpuff Girls like album cover on it too. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's a big one. That's number 23. At number 22, we got After the Magic by Paranol, the super popular new Korean shoegaze band, which is something you don't often hear about, is other music from Korea that isn't just K-pop. You know, there's a lot of traditional Korean music, but there's a very small market for rock music in Korea. In a genuine context, there's a lot of K-pop that is sort of disguised as rock, but not a lot of actual Korean genuine rock bands that actually break out, especially internationally. And I think the bedroom pop aesthetic of a band like Paranol really brings the appeal to a wider audience. But yeah, their debut album, To See the End of the Dream, came out in 2021, I think, and it was a hit for so many people. And this is an excellent follow-up to it. Really great band. I'll start putting these in chat. Should I? No, it'll just clog up chat. You guys can just kind of watch along and figure it out. It's not a big deal. Anyways, moving on at number 21. Oh, big one here. Bee and the Whales by Galileo Galilei. Their brand new album, Bee and the Whales. So this band, real special to me. I think a lot of people here, if you ever watched Anohana, you probably know Aoi Shiori, their hit song. What was Circle Game in? I know Circle Game was in another anime as well, so they got some anime popularity, but their last album in 2015 or 16 was called Sea in the Darkness, and it was really powerful and wasn't really very poppy. It was more dark indie rock, and really emotional album, and they broke up after it, so this is their first one back since they got back together last year, and it's pretty solid. I think it would rank in the lower half of their discography, but they're still leagues ahead of so many other J-rock bands. They're just so, I don't know, there's just something really raw and genuine about their songwriting, something honest about their songwriting, something genuine about them as musicians, and just something raw about the way they produce their music. This one's a little more polished than some of their other stuff, but really excellent band. Moving right on, this one was a huge surprise. So, sorry, I had to sip some water. At number 20, we got a Chill Kill by the K-pop group Red Velvet. This one came out of nowhere for me. Red Velvet, by all extensions of how the industry usually works, Red Velvet should have been cooked by now. One of their members got into some heat a couple years ago after she got caught up in like a bullying scandal, which wasn't that big of a deal, but the K-pop industry treats women like shit. So right after that happened, their record label immediately debuted way too early aespa, who's another they've gotten pretty good. They had an album this year called My World that I actually loved a lot. Didn't make the list though, but there's a song on there called Spicy. So good. But they debuted that group a little too early to cover up for that scandal. And we all kind of thought Red Velvet was done at that time, but every now and then they come back out of nowhere with a new album, and this particular one I think is their best since 2017. It feels like a spiritual successor to the Perfect Velvet album from 2017. The thing with Red Velvet that's special about their sound is that they're called Red Velvet, and they split their sound per album into two concepts that they call Red and Velvet. The Red albums are fun, energetic pop songs, whereas the Velvet songs are these smoky, sexy, like dark R&B songs. And I think it's really special that they did another album in the Velvet style, because their last like 5 or 6 albums were all the Red style, and it just feels great. It's a breath of fresh air, because not a lot of K-pop groups decide to be subtle, especially on title tracks. Hi Seth, just pulled up. Tomo, what are your pre-2024 recs? Yeah, we're cooking through right now. We're going through our 23 favorite albums of 2023. We're on number 20 right now. Our first 3. 23 was New Jeans Get Up. 22 was Paranol After the Magic. And 21 was Galileo Galilei, Bee and the Whales. Seth, what is your favorite media that came out in 2023? Could be a game, a movie, a song, an album. What do you got? What's your favorite? And as we wait, let's move on to number 19. Again, we're rapid firing up until the top 5. Number 19, Carly Rae Jepsen's The Loveliest Time. I love Carly Rae Jepsen. I've been a freak about her for so long. Believe it or not, she has more than Call Me Maybe. And honestly, the rest of her discography is better than that song. And she is like the pop industry's best kept secret for anyone that isn't a twink or an LGBT gay. No, but seriously, so something special, to touch on this one briefly, something special about Carly Rae Jepsen is that after every album she releases, on the 1-year anniversary of its release, she releases a B-side album of all the leftover songs that were like good enough to still release. So for the Emotion album, a year later, she released Emotion Side B. And honestly, the Side B album was as good as the original. For her second album, Dedicated, not her second album, the album after Emotion, Dedicated. The B-side version of Dedicated was actually better than the original album. And this year, or last year's, so in 2022, she released in November an album called The Loneliest Time, which actually was a surprisingly big hit on TikTok. That title track did numbers on there, and it was the closest she's gotten to having another Call Me Maybe type hit, but it wasn't that big. You know, Call Me Maybe was like a game, like a landscape-changing song. Everyone, your grandma knows that fucking song. Yeah, Warm Blood was on the Emotion album. I love that song. I love that fucking song. The whole Emotion album is still her best to date. You can ask any LGBT person what the best Carly Rae Jepsen album is, and they'll tell you it's Emotion. But honestly, I think The Loveliest Time is her best album since. So in 2022, she released an album called The Loneliest Time in November. All 2023, we were excited because it was like, man, we're gonna get The Loneliest Time Side B in November. And then in fucking June, she was like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, we're not doing Loneliest Time Side B. And everyone was like, what the fuck, Carly? And then she was like, yeah, we're just gonna do an entire separate companion album, a full-length studio album, not a compilation, and it's called The Loveliest Time. And it came out in like June or July, and it is even better than The Loneliest Time. And it's crazy because it's an almost experimental album. There's some amazing songs on here. If you guys like Daft Punk, I think you owe it to yourself to listen to Psychedelic Switch. What a fucking song. Oh my god, what a fucking song. Where's the album? Where is it on my iTunes? Where are you? Here you are. Oh, baby. This shit is just straight up just One More Time by Daft Punk, but with Carly Rae Jepsen. The first song on here is called Anything to Be With You. If you take Carly's vocals off of it and put Beth Gibbons on it, you have a glorified Portishead song. She went so experimental with this album, and it pays off because it's amazing. 2023, my favorite thing was Starpeggio, but there were a lot of mid-releases. What's Starpeggio? I've never heard of that. But yeah, so that's my number 19 pick. Moving on to number 18 was the Pink Panthers album, Heaven Knows. I don't know if I like this as much as the Hell With It mixtape, but there's some great tracks on here. In particular, excuse me, I almost kind of burped a little bit. In particular, the song that really sticks out to me besides Boy's a Liar is Capable of Love. But I think if you really look at actually, I'm going to post it in chat, by the way. I have every year, I make a playlist of all of my favorite music of the year in a relatively best to least best order. Here you go. Here's my 2023 playlist of like my favorite songs of 2023. And this song, Boy's a Liar Part 2, is, I think, in the top 5 on that list. It was actually originally my favorite song of the year until about November or so when I kind of started changing things up a bit. But yeah, I think if you had to pick the best pop song of 2023, it has to be Boy's a Liar. That song was everywhere. It was a breakout. It's kind of making Jersey Club a mainstream sound now. I will attempt to approach your final list because mine is definitely not it. That's fair. Midnight Grand Orchestra. I haven't heard of that. I'm going to have to look that up. Just taking a sip. Anyways. So yeah, Pink Pantheress album. Really good. Really smooth stuff. If you like New Jeans, you'd like Pink Pantheress. And if you like Pink Pantheress, you'd like New Jeans. It all connects. It's just part of the zeitgeist of sound right now. Moving on, number 17. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this one to hit as hard as it did. Lana Del Rey's Did You Know That There's an Ocean... Excuse me. Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard is the name of the album by Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey has had a rough decade so far to start. Because, I mean, Lana Del Rey's always been not a controversial artist, a mixed opinion artist. A lot of people did not like her first couple albums because they said that they didn't feel genuine or whatever, even though I still think Honeymoon is her best album to date. Maybe. Actually, I would tie that with Norman, but regardless, Lana Del Rey is a unique artist. But I think Jack Antonoff, the producer who's been working with her, has been doing her a bit dirty. I think that the Blue Banisters and Chemtrails albums that came out a couple years ago at the beginning of the decade really did not do her any favors. I think there were some good songs on them, don't get me wrong. There were a few great songs, actually. But the majority of it were very samey piano ballads. And based on the singles from Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, we're just going to call it Ocean Boulevard now, or Tunnel. Based on the singles from Tunnel, I was really worried that it was just going to be another one. But oh my god, when you really get into this album, it is, granted, I think it's a little overly long, but overall, it has some really strong, emotionally powerful and potent songs on there that she hasn't pulled out since Norman Rockwell in 2019, which is, I think, tied for her best album with Honeymoon. Or the Preta Piano, yeah. I would actually not deny Boy's a Liar as its place. Honestly, same. It's really solid. But yeah, so Tunnel is a really solid album, and I think Lana's having a bit of a resurgence to the point where she's headlining Coachella this year. Good for fucking her. That's the most Coachella headliner you can imagine, is Lana Del Rey, you know? Moving on at number 16. Pink Tape by Lil Uzi Vert. I forgot I put this here. Yeah, I really like this album. Shout out to our non-binary legend, Lil Uzi Vert. This album is, again, it's a little overly long as well, and it's a bit of a mixed bag of sounds, but it's fucking fun, especially considering the last 2 or 3 Uzi records were kind of shit. Well, they were hit or miss. I bet they never miss, huh? Yeah, it's a really fun, I guess it's not a mixtape, it's an album, but yeah, so they released a sort of prequel mixtape to this called White and Red. Kind of, you know, you combine white and red, you get pink tape. And that one I hated. There was not a single good song on that, so I was really worried about this. So I think that added to the pleasant surprise of just how fucking fun this album is. The first half has these really classic, melty, woozy, classic Uzi type bangers. And then you get to that second half, and they pull out like a fucking... And listen, I don't like the original song, but I think it's cool that Uzi was just having fun. They pull out a fucking cover of Chop Suey by System of a Down. Just a straight up cover, not even like a sample reinterpolation or like rewritten lyrics. They just cover the song with the original instrumental. They sing the original lyrics. It's really fun, actually. It's silly. And immediately after that is a metalcore song with Bring Me the Horizon. There's another song at the end of the closing track of the album is a collaborative song with fucking Baby Metal. It's just such a wild record. I love it. It hits good. It hits all the notes. It's just as wacky of an album as you could want from Uzi anymore. So moving on, number 15, The Brightest Days by Origami Angel. Origami Angel's second album, Gami Gang, actually won. No, I think it tied for my favorite album of 2021. really, really big with Origami Angel lately. They're a really awesome kind of fusion of punk and Midwest emo. This album takes a lot of influence from like surf music. Let me put a little demonstrative track on from this in the background right now. There's some really fun shit on this record. Where is it? Where's the brightest days? It's around here. Here we go. Some really fun shit on here. It's just a very strange blend of punk and surf music and Midwest emo. It's good stuff. Little bossa nova here and there. They're a fun band, and it's just a two-piece. It's just two people, a drummer and a guitarist, and they managed to fill that sound out really well. I'd actually say that Origami Angel might be the best Midwest emo band since American football, and I'm so serious about it. I think they're better than, like, modern baseball ever was. I think they're better than Captain Jazz. I think they're better than, like, Tiny Moving Parts and all those fucking other, like, modern Midwest emo bands. I think Origami Angel has a certain genuine characteristics. The fucking Uzi album did all those metal songs. It was fucking sweet. It's super good. But yeah, Origami Angel, Brightest Days. Love it. Number 14, Kalela's Raven. Oh my god, I've been listening to this album, like, this week. I fucking adore this album. Kalela is, how do I describe Kalela? She is, I don't even know how to describe her sound. She's very ambient, but this album also has a lot of, like, UK garage and, like, club elements to it. So, like, a lot of it is just very synth-laden, ambient stuff, but then you get songs like Contact that have these ambient synths still, but these really groovy drum breaks underneath it as well. She's incredible, honestly. She's one of the best artists alive. It's been a long time waiting for this sophomore album, because her first album, Take Me Apart, came out, I think, in like 2017. Like, it's been a minute. And before that, she had the 2 EPs and the Cut From Me mixtape and stuff like that. She's consistently been critically acclaimed and underrated. And yeah, just an amazing record. Moving on, number 13. Oh, I forgot to put this here. Okay, so, this one's great. This came out of nowhere, too. I don't even know if this one's on streaming services yet. So, you look at my shirt on my model here. I got the Deer and Grey Vulgar t-shirt. Deer and Grey, favorite band. One of my favorite bands. The singer Kyo, also, by the way, just to briefly touch on Deer and Grey, they won, I think, like, my number 5 album last year with their newest album, Polaris. Super great record. I think Deer and Grey are the consistently greatest metal band in the world, let alone Japan. They're the best Japanese metal band ever, period. I don't think there's a single other metal band in the world that has as consistent of a discography as them. They are 11 albums in, I believe, and every single one is good. Truly, can you name a metal band with 11 albums that are consistently agreed upon as being great? I can't. Definitely not Metallica, because when you think about Metallica, there's a lot of motherfuckers that only like the first 3 albums. Once the Black Album comes out, people hated it. I guess the first 5 albums? 4 albums? I forget. It was Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Justice for All, Master of Puppets, and then Black Album, I think, was the order. I might have Master of Puppets and Justice for All back, like, in the wrong order, but once the Black Album comes out, especially once Load and Reload come out, people started turning on Metallica. They're not consistent. Certainly not Megadeth or Slayer or any of the other big 4. I can't think of another metal band that has been around as long as Deer and Grey and has had as consistent of a discography. Deer and Grey get very experimental, but they also keep things very consistent. However, the singer Kyo has another side project called Sakekyo, where he's finally able to get as unhinged as he wants without kind of spoiling Deer and Grey's consistency. And they have a couple misses. The third Sakekyo album, Infinitum, was pretty mid. because he got too experimental with it. He had these really weird whispery vocals. They were strange. Came out a couple years ago. Their newest album, Erosio, this is the one right here, is amazing. It's a great comeback record. I still don't know if it's on Spotify. I think it is, but regardless, it's still experimental, but it's also accessible. And some of their craziest experiments on it is actually how accessible it is. There's a single on here that's just a straight up like J-pop song, and it comes out of nowhere because the rest of the album is really dark and gritty. And then this like random like synth pop song comes on, and you can tell it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it's not like belittling, and it's experimental in the fact that they're just doing normal pop music, but then the rest of the album goes back to being dark and weird. It's a great record. It's an amazing record. Erosio by JustACabbageTV. It's amazing. Moving on, number 12. Oh my god. I only got into this one in the last like month or two of the year, but this really started to click with me as I listened to it more and more and more and more, and I'm still listening to it now. It's a great anxiety album for me. It calms me down, honestly. This is YuriUe. I don't understand the name, but it's the newest album by George Clanton. Legendary synth vaporwave producer. Let me just put on I've Been Young. Super smooth synthy album. Really awesome drum break production, really big wide synth pads, amazing vocal delivery. His vocal delivery on this album, I've been seeing a lot of people comparing to boy bands from like the early 2000s, like your NSYNC, your Backstreet Boys. When I hear his vocals on this, I actually think more about The Cure and Robert Smith's way of singing. Listen to the way this guy fucking sings. Wait. It's way more Cure-ish to me than boy bandish. But yeah, that's at my number 12. Really into George Clanton lately. I think I slept for a while, but this is a great follow-up to his 2020 collaborative album with Nick Hexum from 311, which came out of nowhere, and a proper follow-up to his earlier album, Slide. Really great record, though. Love it. Good shit. Moving on, number 11, Travis Scott, Utopia. Yeah, I thought I had a couple hip-hop albums on here. Hip-hop is in a sorry state right now, but I think Travis Scott, as much as he kind of gets a reputation for having the cringiest fucking fan base besides like Playboi Carti, I genuinely think Travis Scott is amazing. I've been on the Travis Scott wave since 2014, I think. When did Days Before Rodeo come out? That was 2014. So I have been into Travis Scott for a very long time. I guess 10 years now about. In college, I had a buddy who went to school in North Jersey at a school called Rider University. He hit me up one day because he knew I liked Young Thug, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to come see Young Thug at my school tonight? I have an extra ticket because my friends bailed on me to go smoke weed." And I was like, "Dude, fuck yeah!" So I drove up to Rider University. And little did I know, this was the Days Before Rodeo tour with Young Thug. And I think... Who else was on this tour? I don't remember exactly. Days Before Rodeo tour. Okay, who the fuck was on this? I know he went on tour after with The Weeknd for the Beauty Behind the Madness tour, but who the fuck was on it? I know Young Thug was on the tour. Fuck. I want to say it was 21 Savage, but I don't think it was. Because I think 21 Savage was on the High Tunes Young Thug tour. Regardless, I saw Travis Scott way before he was popular. And it was one of the best shows I had ever seen. The energy was so punk rock, and I was way more into punk rock than hip-hop and pop music at the time. But I loved Young Thug because, again, he also had this rambunctious, unique punk energy to him. It was one of the best shows I had ever seen. Rodeo comes out the next year. It is to this day, I think Rodeo is still the best definitive trap album. I even like Birds in the Trap. Album came out the year after that. And then Astroworld is obviously the one everyone got into Travis Scott, like, mainstream from, like, Sicko Mode. But even Astroworld, amazing album. He had not put out an album since 2018. It had been a 5-year wait for Utopia. And I think it delivered. It is actually a really risky, experimental album. As much as, you know, people will be like, this isn't experimental, you should go listen to some harsh noise music. It's like, I do. But for hip-hop, this is a pretty experimental album, considering the fact that it has really risk-taking beat choices. It's got really interesting production. If anybody was around in July or June when this, it had to have been July. It was the end of July because I was in a wrist splint 24/7 because I had pretty severe tendonitis in July. And I remember I hadn't streamed that month. And the night it came out, I said, fuck it, I'll hop on stream with Sui. And me and Sui Robo, good friend of the channel, we did a live reaction to this album. And that was one of my favorite streams of 2023. The Tomo Award for my favorite stream I did in 2023 actually was probably the Street Fighter 6 release stream, but close behind was the Utopia listening party with Sui. Great album. If you guys like rap music, I think you owe it to yourselves to listen to it, especially if you like it a little bit more experimental and psychedelic. Great record. All right, we're on the top 10 now. Number 10. Experimental rap music. Yeah, I think a lot of music fans probably listed this one as their favorite album of the year. But for me, I think there's better albums. But I also can't deny that the collaborative album Scaring the Hose by Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia is one of the best albums I heard last year. Let me put on where is God Loves You? This is my favorite one on this record. The production on this album is fucking insane. It is so crazy and, like, distorted, gritty, but well produced. Danny Brown's verses are super funny. JPEG Mafia's verses are super aggressive. It's just a crazy fucking album. And it just came out of nowhere. It just came out of fucking nowhere, and they fit each other's energy so well. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, Danny Brown put out his own solo album this year as well, with a totally different, more introspective vibe from this one. This is more of the fun album for the two of them, but yeah, this album's great. It's just so crazy and weird. So that hits my number 10. Moving on, number 9. Oh my god, this one. Put this one on for a minute as well. This is one of the best switch-ups in modern music. Lil Yachty blew up in 2016 for his debut mixtape Lil Boat, which was this very strange lullaby, bubblegum trap, happy-go-lucky album that a lot of people fucking hated because it was so different. He was this weird kid, like 18, 19 years old, with this these cherry red braids and like a fucking rainbow teeth grill, making these like squeaky voiced trap bangers. And then his next couple albums, he tried to prove to everyone that, hey, I'm a rapper too, I can spit actual fucking bars. And I've come around to those albums lately. Like Lil Boat 2, I wasn't big on when it came out because I just wanted more of the Lil Boat 1 vibe. And he spent the whole album just rapping his ass off instead. Not a lot of hooks. But I've come around to that one, particularly this past year because of this new album. I think Lil Yachty deserves his respect. I know a lot of people have been clowning him lately for so context. This album, let's start here. Also, the album cover is terrible. And it sucks because it's an artist who has consistently had amazing, beautiful album covers. And he instead chose to use this AI-generated piece of shit. But this motherfucker, I mean, you can hear it in the background right now. This motherfucker made a psychedelic rock album. And I think he deserves his flowers because he is the only rapper to have ever made a perfect, genuinely good rock album. So many rappers have tried. Some of them have gotten close to being okay. Obviously, the Jay-Z Linkin Park one was okay for its time. Didn't age super well. But a lot of rappers recently have been trying. Obviously, Machine Gun Kelly is fucking terrible. His rock album is dog shit. Trippie Redd's is okay. There's a few good songs on there, actually. Freaky Girl's kind of a funny song. I enjoy it. Vic Mensa's rock album is terrible, embarrassingly bad. Tizo Touchdown kind of pussied out of making a rock album the way we thought he was gonna. But Lil Yachty made a genuine front-to-back psychedelic rock album that sounds like fucking Tame Impala. It's amazing. And he's getting a lot of flack lately because he's rightfully asking for his flowers. You know? He made an amazing rock album when no one else in rap really was. And people have been clowning him for, like, basically being like, you know, talking about, like, there's other genres of music than rap. And when people say that, usually they clown on them for being like, oh, you mean Frank Ocean and Tame Impala? But, like, I don't care, man. It's a good album. It's a really fucking good album. Yeah, moving on. Number 8. We're in an alternate fucking universe with this one, man. Odd Eye Circle. What the hell is this one called? Version Up. This one's special to me, because Odd Eye Circle is a really, really important K-pop group from the mid-2010s. They used to go by Luna. You may have heard that name. They were a subgroup of Luna. Luna has been going through a very rocky few years since 2019. The creative director of Luna left in 2018. And it left their agency scrambling to fucking make anything listenable. And they brought in a bunch of outside producers in 2019, and their albums from 2019 to 2022 were fucking terrible, to be honest. They had like one good song since 2019. It kind of felt like we were in this awful timeline where we were never ever in a million years gonna get a good new Luna album again. And then in 2023, or I guess 2022 technically, everything started falling apart for the company. And some of the members of Luna started filing lawsuits against their company to break their contracts and break free of them. Finally, at the beginning of 2023, all of them got out of their contract. And the first person to come scoop them up and sign them again was the original producer who left the group in 2018. And he gave us this masterpiece, Version Up, by Odd Eye Circle. And I truly cannot begin to describe how it feels like we are in an alternate universe where somehow we are getting good Luna music again. And not just that. A bunch of other pretty solid new startup companies scooped up all of the other members. They have all released music pretty much last year. And almost all of it has been amazing. This one in particular, though, this is the only one so far to release under the new label formed by the old creative director. Some of the other ones are under some other groups or some other agencies, but they're still making solid music. Chu released an album called Howl. She's probably the most popular member. She released an album recently called Howl. Super good. I think Heejin, if I'm not mistaken. Heejin released an album called K, was super good. And then some of the other members, I think 5 of the other members, including like Vivi and Cherry, released an album. Actually, no, Cherry's not Eye Circle. Who am I kidding? I know Vivi was in the other group, though. Released an album called Lucemble, because they were trying very hard to not call it Luna, because I don't think they can legally call it Luna again yet. But they released an album last year called Lucemble. That was also amazing. But I cried the first time I heard Version Up by Odd Eye Circle, because this was the first album in the post-Luna era to come out. I cried when I heard this. Because Odd Eye Circle's album that came out in 2017, or 2018, I think, with the Luna label. Actually, 2017 and 2018. They did it both years. They repackaged it regardless. The one that came out in 2017 and 2018 was one of those albums that kind of non-exaggeratively saved K-pop. It was like one of the most creatively fresh sounding albums. It was called Mix and Match. And the single from it was called Girlfront. And there was another sequel single called Sweet Crazy Love, which they re-recorded for this new era. But they were the most beloved part of the original Luna project, especially each member's solo singles. It's just really special. I cried the first time I heard this album because I was like, oh my god, did I step into a fucking alternate dimension where we're still getting good Luna music? It just hit, man. I was out for a walk. It was a beautiful sunny day. I had a really nice, like sugary cup of coffee on a cheat day. The vibes were perfect that day, and I just kind of got really emotional hearing it. But yeah, awesome fucking album at number 8. At number 7, oh my god, Skrillex's Quest for Fire. If you had told me in 2022 that one of my favorite albums of 2023 was going to be a fucking Skrillex album, I don't think I would have believed you. I've been revisiting this album every week since February when it came out. This album is so special. I think originally, towards the beginning of the year, I had this as my album of the year. Let me put a little bit of it on. We've listened on stream before, too. This is a special fucking album. So, like, when a lot of people think of Skrillex, right? You go back to that 2011, 2012 era where all you think of is you think of that heavy dubstep, bro step, wub wub era. This is nothing like that. This is a total refinement and evolution of his sound for a modern era. It has more traditional, like 90s dubstep elements than it does bro step. I don't think there's a single wobbling bass on this fucking album. You know, that gritty 2011, very outdated sound is nowhere near this album. It has collaborations with so many artists. There's actually, coming up on this, one of my fucking friends is on this song. One of my VTuber friends is on this song. Wait for this. That Navi sample, listen! That's not a sample of Navi from Ocarina of Time. That is a sample of Salami Meats, my fellow VTuber friend. They do a really good Navi impression. Obviously, Nintendo's not gonna clear that fucking sample. Meats does a really good Navi impression. Skrillex found them doing the impression on YouTube, contacted their manager, and sampled them. That sample's on this album in several other songs. But this is the first song on the album that has the sample, and it hits for that fucking drop. But yeah, so like, this album has like fucking Missy Elliott on it. It has Sway Lee on it. It has fucking Porter Robinson, Dylan Brady, Fortet, Stara. There's so many awesome features on this album. The crazy thing about this record is that the day after it came out, Skrillex dropped another album called Don't Get Too Close. This one's called Quest for Fire. The craziest thing is that the Don't Get Too Close album is the source material for the Quest for Fire album. So basically, to describe this, I wish I had the Don't Get Too Close album cover on screen right now. I don't, unfortunately. This is the Quest for Fire one. Don't Get Too Close is okay. It's only okay. It's maybe a 6 out of 10. Quest for Fire is a 10 out of 10. Don't Get Too Close is more of a hip-hop album. It's basically Skrillex producing a rap album. On that album, he has like Bobby Raps, Pink Panthers, Trippie Redd, Young Lean, Blade, Kid Cudi, Justin Bieber, Don Toliver, Chief Keef, Sway Lee, stuff like that on that album. Quest for Fire, on a lot of the songs, takes the songs from the Don't Get Too Close album and remixes them. And that's basically what Quest for Fire is. It's almost a self-remix album, but in an original song context. It's truly fucking incredible. Just like genuinely, let me put on Still Here with the ones I came with. Like this is my favorite song on it, the closer. It's so good. This one's got Porter Robinson on it. And again, the sample, still here with the ones that I came with, still here with the ones that I came with. This is a sample from the other album. And he just remixes this sample into a completely new original song with Porter Robinson. It's a really special album. I think the set that Skrillex did with Fortet and Fred again at Coachella last year is probably going to be one of the most iconic electronic music moments of the decade, if not the century. It was truly incredible. The way they reincorporated Frank Ocean's abandoned stage after he got kicked out of the festival and they replaced him. It was probably the best thing they could do. The best thing they could replace Frank Ocean with for the second week of Coachella. The whole set is on YouTube, by the way, if y'all want to see that. You could just look up Skrillex Coachella. Yeah. It's truly an incredible album. At number 6 is actually 2 albums. For Skrillex, I didn't want to include the 2 albums because one of them was significantly better than the other. For number 6, they're tied. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Petrodragonic Apocalypse, and it's got a really long name. It's cut off on iTunes. I can only read the first bit, but it's called Petrodragonic Apocalypse, or Dawn of Eternal Night, an annihilation of planet Earth and the something. I can't read the rest because it gets cut off because it's too long. Most people just call it Petrodragonic Apocalypse. This is their second fully heavy metal album, and it is fucking amazing. For anyone who doesn't know King Gizzard, this is the band that has over the course of several years, released multiple albums per year. In 2022, they dropped 5 albums. In 2017, they dropped 5 albums. Last year, they dropped 2 albums. And these 2 albums are related to each other. Yeah, the album cover's sick. So, this band made their stake as a psychedelic rock band. Every album, to be fair, has a different style, but most people would genre tag it as psychedelic rock. This album is straight up stoner doom metal almost. Well, not doom metal, more like stoner metal, just very high tempo stoner thrash. King Gizzard, this is, I think, they're on almost their 30th album, and they've only been a band since 2013. Oh my god, I just remember when this album came out, raving about it with my friends. Especially some of the people in Cabbage's community we were freaking out about this with. It's so good. It is one of their best albums to date, and this is a band almost 30 albums into their career in 10 years. I really don't know how better to describe this album than how I already have, but the cool thing about it is that when you get to the last song, the last minute of it or so, it's this metal sound, right? When you get to the last minute of the final song, though, it starts to incorporate electronic elements. These synthesizers and all this crazy shit. Right? So during this last song, God, I love the synth sounds of it too. So the last album does this, or the last song does this, right? Because, and by the way, this is a concept album about the destruction of Earth. It's got some environmentalist themes. It's pretty cool. So conceptually, because this last song is electronic, out of nowhere, motherfuckers were like, wait a minute, because their fans have an entire universal lore written out because all of their albums have a connected story where they all take place in the same concept album universe, where all of their songs tell a continued part of a story. Their speculative fan base was immediately like, yo, shit, guys, I think they're dropping a second album this year, and it's going to be an electronic album. And sure fucking enough, a couple months later, the Silver Chord comes out, and it is a fully electronic, almost krautrock techno album. And the coolest thing about the silver chord is not only that it's connected to the end of Petrodragonic Apocalypse, not only that it's an electronic album, but they released it in 2 versions. It is a 7-song album that lasts about 29 minutes. However, they released an extended version of the album where every song has a full extended mixed version that you can listen to. They're all about 20-minute versions of every song that extends the album to about an hour and a half long. If you just listen to those extended versions. If you listen to both versions of the album at once, it's about 2 hours long. It reincorporates a lot of the musical motifs from Petrodragonic Apocalypse. It continues the story, and it's just this amazing electronic album that sits firmly with Petrodragonic Apocalypse at number 6. And now we're moving into the top 5, chat. At number 5, I don't remember what I have at number 5, to be honest. At number 5, Periphery! I love this band. This is one of my favorite bands in the world. They're called Periphery. This is their 5th album. Well, technically it's their 7th album, but it's called Periphery 5. This is one of my favorite albums of the year. Originally, again, this was my album of the year at first. And it's amazing. I know a lot of people don't like Periphery because they prefer them to be a little less polished, but I think for a self-produced band, it's a fucking crowning achievement that they sound as polished as they do, despite producing all of their own music. There's just something special about this band. Periphery 4 is one of my favorite albums of all time, at this point. It's been a couple years in waiting for Periphery 5, and the fact that it's finally out is awesome. But, they're just an excellent progressive metal band. Me and Nikki were talking about Spirit Box earlier. Periphery is the number 1 band I would recommend to people who like Spirit Box. It's a very similar sound. Spencer Sotelo is one of the best vocalists around right now. He's got an amazing vocal range, and he started getting better singing live. He's been singing some riskier songs on tour lately. I haven't seen them live yet. I really want to, but it's tough to get them in my area at an affordable price. Yeah, just great album all around. They're really special to me. There's something really special about the way that they make like their chord progressions. A lot of people kind of clown on them for being like a little overly technical, but for me, I don't care about the playing of their instruments as much as I care about the way they write songs. And the way they write their chord progressions hits this really nostalgic point in me when I think about like the Phantasy Star Online soundtrack and all the weird chords that soundtrack used. They use a lot of chords like those, and their albums just remind me of that and playing those games as a kid. And it makes sense because when you like kind of look at some of their behind the scenes making of stuff, they're a bunch of fucking gamer-ass nerds. I remember watching the documentary for the making of the Periphery 4 album, and in the background you can see a bunch of unopened Armored Core model kit boxes. Unopened. Like, they're fucking geeks, you know? Anyways, that's at number 4. It's just a fucking awesome album. Now at that's number 5. At number 4, oh my god, another amazing metal album that came out early on in the year. This one came out of nowhere. I had never heard of this band. I found them in the algorithm on YouTube because I was listening to, watching the Periphery documentary on YouTube, and I saw this band with this cringe-ass name called Invent Animate. I had never heard of them before. And the album was called Heavener, but I thought the album cover looked cool, and I wanted to see what this band with this stupid-ass name sounded like. And what I found was an album that, unfortunately or fortunately, when you look at it in one way or another, is a better album in the same genre as Periphery. Super underrated band right now. They're in this unfortunate position where I think they're the best current metalcore, progressive metal, whatever the fuck you want to call them, gent band. And yet their entire touring schedule right now is them opening up for lesser bands. Not lesser as in like less popular. They deserve to be more popular than they are. They're opening up for infinitely worse bands than them. They've been touring with like fucking Sleep Token and Bad Omens and shit like that. when they should be the headlining band. I keep coming back to this album over and over and over and over and over again. The hooks are amazing. That's really the thing that sticks out to me when it comes to like these progressive metalcore bands. I don't just want them to scream the whole time. I love that these people are doing these amazing sung hooks that are super pop catchy. Like I'm just gonna kind of stay silent for a minute. Listen to the second verse and the way it builds up into the chorus. Just listen to this shit. Oh my fucking god, man. Like, I don't know if y'all care about metal music the way I do, but like, shit is powerful, man. I adore this album to bits. I really don't know much more about this band. I'm only starting to like look back at their last album called YuriUe. I doubt it's like the third album at the top of my iTunes right now in the recently added section, because I've been listening to this album all year and I'm finally like, okay, let me see what their other albums were like. I found out that the current singer from this album, this is their fourth album, but this is this singer's second album with the band, so I only really want to check out the other album with this singer called YuriUe. Came out in 2020 or 2019 maybe. Fucking awesome though. So good. And they've dropped a couple singles. Like they already put out a new single like last week. I believe it was a B-side for this album, or like a sort of loose single after the album, but yeah, awesome. Also, listen to the last chorus drop here. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so fucking good. I love this album. It's so good. I know what my top 2 are. I don't know what my number 3 is. So this is at number 4. This is Heavener by Invent Animate at number 4. Moving on to number 3, I have to kind of rack my brain to think what is my number 3, because I know my top 2, because they're kind of tied a little, but I did finally order them. Number 3, what is it? Oh, Lahai by Sampha. Yes, okay. If you guys are having any anxiety, if you are having just a day, I just want y'all to listen to Sampha. Lahai by Sampha at number 3. I think some people might have even put this as their album of the year as well. Sampha is one of the best artists of the generation. He is more well known for his featured work, unfortunately, but it's featured work with some of the most popular artists in the world. He's done music with Drake, Kanye, Rihanna. He first kind of came up, he did one with Lil Wayne as well. He came up originally on, I believe, Drake's 2014 album. 2013? The Nothing Was the Same album, whatever year that came out. I think it was 2013. He was sampled on the Nothing Was the Same album. And then a year later he released, or maybe the year before, I don't remember when Process came out, but not Process, Duel. He released an EP called Duel. It was amazing. It was just these really moody, full, warm piano ballads. He's basically a piano virtuoso. A lot of his albums just feature prominent piano playing, but they're all these really warm. He plays the piano as if it were a different instrument. He fills the space so well with it, and he plays it in a way that most piano players don't fucking play it. Like, listen to the way he does Suspended. This isn't the song I was thinking of. Hold up. This one? No, it's Dancing Circles. That's what I'm thinking of. Duh. No, that's Spirit. Where's Dancing Circles? Here we go.
Blackness.
Just this dissonant piano thing.
Looking at the ashes, look up and you're hearing full view. We talk about life, talk about children.
He's got this dissonant thing going on with the right hand on the piano, and then this really really warm, strong melody with the left hand, just playing these little arpeggios. Like, he's different, man. The piano is the main focus. There are other instruments, but like, the way he plays that fucking piano, man. Anyways, but yeah, he got really famous for like doing stuff with like Drake. He did the St. Pablo thing with Kanye. He did the Let It All Work Out sample with Lil Wayne. Emotional song. The original Let It All Work Out's emotional, and the way Lil Wayne used it on the Carter 5 as his sample, as like a song about like let me live again. Lil Wayne he closed the Carter 5 album with a song that sampled Let It All Work Out by Sampho. Actually, the song's called what the hell is it called again? I forget. It's called something else. It's like a single word. But it's this song about how Lil Wayne attempted to take his own life in 20 actually I think it was before he was a rapper actually. And he actually did it. Like he pulled the trigger on his own heart. And I guess a neighbor heard it, called the cops immediately, and then the paramedics came in and saved his life, and he kind of came back to life. Like he apparently like briefly died, and he had never talked about it before, and then he wrote this song about it, and it sampled a Sampha song, and it was beautiful. But yeah, Sampha released his debut album in 2017. It was called Process. It was one of the most beautiful, emotionally impactful albums I had ever heard at the time. A lot of people compared it to like Frank Ocean and Kalela, stuff like that. Kalela, who was also on the list earlier. And it was just really great. And we waited a long time for this follow-up, and it's even better. Even fucking better. It's beautiful. If you need like some good anti-anxiety music, whatever, Sampha's your guy. Moving on, at number 2, Yule's Soft Scars. I think this might even be one of the top-rated albums on like Rate Your Music this year, and for good fucking reason. Let me even look. RYM 2023. Let me see. I know Scaring the Hose is probably number 1. Yeah, Scaring the Hose is number 1. Soft Scars is... Oh, look at that. Samples Lahai is number 8. The George Clanton album is number 7. Petrodragon Apocalypse is number 11. Soft Scars is number 15. Okay. This is the only album... Oh, let me actually get to it. Let me play like a song off of it. Originally, this was my favorite album. I changed it at the last second, but this was my favorite album of the year for a while. I cried the first time I listened to this, and this was the only album this year that made me cry. Like hard, emotional tears, just from the pure beauty of it. Every now and then there's an album that comes along like that. In 2022, the Kendrick album did it to me. But this album is one of the most profound albums I've heard in a long time. The production's amazing. Their vocals are ethereal. And I've never really been crazy about Yule before. I liked Glitch Princess. I liked Serotonin 2. I even liked the original Yule EP when it came out because I was a big fan of the label that their first couple records were on. It's a label called Zoom Lens. Makes You Smile owns it. Someone here might be releasing music on it soon, if you know what I'm saying. But this one really hit hard. I don't know how to describe it. It's like alien indie rock. That's the best way I can describe it. I can't recommend it enough. The song Daisies is my favorite song of 2023. By far. But it is not my favorite album of 2023. My favorite album of 2023, let me get to it so I can play the music while we are listening to it. Also, we have ads coming up, but we're on the last thing. I just want to get this over with. Final number 1 album of 2023 is No Party for Cao Dong, this amazing Taiwanese band. Their new album called The Clod. Their first album came out in, I think, 2015 or 16. It was called The Serval. These guys are a Taiwanese indie punk disco funk band. I don't know how to better describe their music. They did huge fucking waves in the mid 2010s in Taiwan. for being this really revolutionary punk band. Yeah, the YuriUe album was at number 2, Cab. Love it. But at number 1, I really had to go with No Party for Cao Dong. This album was supposed to come out a couple years ago. But unfortunately, the drummer passed away in 2021 or 22. I don't remember. I think it was 2021 because it was during she was staying at a quarantine hotel in China, and there's a lot of speculation that the Chinese government killed her. We don't really know for sure, but a lot of fans speculated it because there's obviously tension between the state of Taiwan being its own country versus being a thing that is owned by China. But yeah, there's a lot of speculation that the Chinese government killed the drummer and framed it as a suicide because of how politically active No Party for Cao Dong is as a band. But I don't think this album is better than the first one. I genuinely think that the first No Party for Cao Dong album is the best Mandarin language album ever made. It's called The Serval. It is amazing. You can check it on Bandcamp, Spotify. They also did a song for that indie horror game, that Taiwanese indie horror game called Devotion. They did the theme song for that. That game got really popular because it got taken off of Steam because apparently they used a placeholder meme about Xi Jinping in the in the files that they still left in it, and it caused a big controversy. It got removed from platforms and stuff over it. But I really think that this album is special, and I think it deserves its place as the best album of the year because it's been a long time coming. It's been almost 10 years, and it is just, I don't know how to better describe it than it is just emotional. It is an amazing send-off to one of the most talented musicians that we lost early to ever come out of mainland Asia. And it's an emotional send-off to her, and the songwriting is just incredible. Yeah, they did the theme song for Devotion. Red Candle Games, yeah, that's the one. They did the theme song. I believe the theme song was the last thing that came out with the drummer as well, before they got a new drummer for this new album. But I don't even know if this new album was the original album that they were going to put out, because I think they might have canceled the second album with the other drummer because she passed away, and it might have just been too difficult. So they made this new album probably, because they released one single for that other album, and then the pandemic started, and obviously, hey, cut it out. The pandemic started, and obviously the pandemic started in China and Taiwan and mainland Asia, so it just kind of ruined the album rollout. But there's something really special about this band and the way that they build up these songs full of really dark tension. Let me play a song off of the first album real quick, because the first album does it best. There's a song called M For You. This whole song is this kind of dark, slow, tense. The snare is off of the snare drum. It's just this flat sound, this really dark vibe, and the whole song builds up like this until the last minute. Listen to the way that this song concludes from this dark, and this is what this band is a master of, and why I love the new album, because it still continues that. Listen to the way they finish this song up, though. This is something I wish more music did, and it's why I never like medleys in music. Like, I hate the Super Bowl because it ruins the best parts of every song. My favorite thing in music is when a song builds up to a climax, and medleys do nothing like that. Pop music doesn't give itself enough time a lot of the time to give itself a big fucking climax. The best thing about this band is that they will spend the first 3 or 4 minutes of a song holding themselves back, only for the last 30 seconds of the song to fucking explode like that. This one right here off the first album, Wayfarer, this was like their biggest song. They spend the whole song, basically, low like this as well. Then they hit the big chorus. Wait. Oh, and I want to do this song for karaoke. I don't speak a lick of Mandarin. I want to do this fucking song for karaoke, though. By the way, this is the first album I'm playing songs off of right now. Big explosive chorus, right? After that low verse. And then after the chorus, it gets even more explosive. Check this shit. Oh my fucking god, I love this song so much. And then, right after this, that post-chorus, they get even quieter for the second verse. They get even quieter and darker for the second verse. Build it up with this pounding kick and tom drum, only to come in for that last chorus and last post-chorus even heavier. Skip ahead. Quiet as the song gets, into the loudest it gets. They're so fucking good, but yeah. Their second album that just came out this year is my favorite album of the year, and it does exactly that same vibe. A little more subdued. The rhythm guitarist sings a lot, so there's kind of 2 vocal styles on this album as well. But they still have this really gritty, dark sound. It's a little dreamier on this album too. Again, it's a bit of a sadder album. It's less brooding and more sad because their drummer, like, might have been assassinated politically, you know? But yeah, they won like the equivalent to the Grammy at the KK Box Awards in Taiwan. They won that for the first album. I don't know if they did for the new one, but yeah, let me put on the KK Box performance actually. It's really special. Let me switch over to it real quick. Hold up, let me pull it up on YouTube. Here we go. Let me get rid of the albums now. Okay. Yeah, let's pull this up. Let's watch this real quick, because they're a real special band. They're a really special fucking band. Let me even see. Let me even see if they won for like last year, if they were on any awards things. But yeah, they're a really fucking special band. Let me see. Where's like. Oh, also they've toured internationally. I saw them in New York a couple years ago. It was fucking sweet. In 2019, I saw them. It was amazing. Why is No Party for Tao Dong's new album not good? Fuck yourself. Let me see real quick though. It's the best album of the year. Where is the? Oh, this is it here. At the the equivalent to like the Taiwanese fucking Grammys. This was them basically winning the award and playing. They played 2 songs. I think I know what the first one is. I think it's called Emma. Also, really great song. It's got like a disco vibe. Let's please fucking behave, fucking Opera GX. Like, can we not run it 1 frame every 10 seconds, please? What the fuck, man? Some people are cursed with the worst possible taste. They are. Can this fucking piece of shit work? Here we go. Okay, yeah, let's turn this up and Have a little watchy. There we go. Such a fucking dope band, though. They're really subtle. They just play really fucking well, man. They have a great stage presence, too. They do that thing, too, where the lead singer stands off to the side as opposed to in the middle. But yeah, these guys just fucking rip, man. This was in 2016, maybe? Let's see. Uh, 2017, beginning of 2017. Yeah, their guitar playing is immaculate. The two guitarists play off of each other. They don't just play strictly original rhythm lead roles. They like play with each other. It's almost like an intricate dance, you know, like the dragons in Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they learn about the origins of firebending. It's like those dragons doing their little dance. Like it's so immaculate the way they play together like that. Like their chord choices too, like they're just so subtle, and then they're so loud, and then they just, oh my fucking god. This is one of the most underrated bands in the world. Yeah, like their tone, like they're just everything about them. But like they've got this indie vibe, this punk vibe. This song's got like that disco fucking rhythm. Like they're so good. And the way they harmonize for the hooks, like they have such a big sound, like in the vocals. And the way that the lead singer has this grit to his voice too, like he carries the rest. The other two widen it. It's amazing. But yeah, rest in peace, Fansai, the drummer. Absolute fucking tragedy. Yeah, they're just raw. I also love when the last chorus changes the drum beat. But yeah, this other song, the one they're about to play, this is like the song. We heard this one a bit earlier, but like, God, the way they play this live is just fucking hypnotic, man. Like, but yeah, so their new album, absolutely my favorite of the year. No Party for Taodong is what they're called. I'll put it in the chat. So the name origin is fun too. The reason they're called that, Taodong, I guess, is the name of a street in Taipei, where they're from, where they used to have their band practices, and they used to call themselves Party on Taodong Street. I guess apparently the cops started showing up to their practices because people started showing up to their practices to watch them practice. And the cops were eventually like, no, you can't fucking do this. You're creating obstructions to the property. So they changed the band name to No Party for Taodong instead of Party on Taodong. Pretty cool origin name, honestly. Oh my fucking god, they're so good! The way that guitar note hangs in that riff too, the boom, boom, so fucking sweet, man. Oh my god, it just like, it's like going on a roller coaster and you go over the top of the hill and you're like stuck in the air off of your seat for a second. It's like the musical version of that. And they only do it that one part. It really is like that roller coaster thing. They just leave you there for a second and then kick right back in. fucking Achoo. They're so fucking good, man. Oh my god, the way they harmonize just. I was like the only not Chinese person in a fucking room full of Chinese fans or like Taiwanese fans or like, you know, of Asian descent, like at this fucking concert in New York seeing these guys, and it was so worth it. Oh my god, no! Fuck, dude. Just like that fucking, the way that riff works. Let me just fucking grab my guitar because like I know how to play this shit. It's just so like they come out of the chorus. It's fucking, how's the song go? Am I in the right key for this? Oh, I'm in a different key, but like. It's almost got like a Hendrix kind of like, I don't know, just the way that it's played like that is just like, listen to this shit again, like in the fucking actual song. It's just. Oh my god, like they're so nuanced with the way they play those guitars, like. Oh my god. Yeah, anyways though, that is that would be my favorite album of the year. Let me keep the music going a little bit and we'll kind of see where we're skedaddling to next. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, let me write it in chat. The Tomo Award for Album of the Year goes to No Party for Cao Dong the Claude. There we go. Thank you guys for joining me for the Tomo Awards tonight. To all of my other presenters, I really appreciate you sharing your favorite things of the year with me as well. I had a lovely time tonight. We are going to send things on over to someone else. Let me refresh my Twitch and see where we are going to send things on over to, however. Oh my god, I hope you guys had a fun night. I love babbling about the stupid shit I like, and this was like a fucking big fun year. This is like the first year I've done this where I really like, I don't know, had a receptive group of people. No more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA. Yeah, this is like a lot of fun. I had so much fun tonight. Let's see where we're gonna send things to though. Who's live? Who's live? Who's live? I know where we're gonna send things. I don't think I've ever gotten to raid Tane yet. Tane is live right now playing Dark Souls 3 for the first time. I think she's in the Ringed City, so that's cool. I'm sure she's probably not suffering. Anyways, let's send things over to Tane's way. Let's write a new raid message. She ring on my city till I She ring on my city till I Dark Soul. And then we can put a little emoji in it too. Let's get where's the white heart? Yep, can't go wrong with the white heart. Yeah, thanks for showing up, everybody. I had a really fun time tonight. Next year, I didn't even know how good this format was gonna work out. Now that I know, like, that I have buddies who can just come on and fucking babble for a couple minutes about, like, what they loved, I want to do next year, just do a whole thing where we just do a whole thing like that, where I bring a bunch more friends on, make a bigger presentation of it, and do more fan-voted ones, too. We might even do it through the Discord. So yeah, make sure, let me get this raid message first, but make sure you check out our Discord and Twitter if you want to check some stuff out. Discord, we're gonna do some more fun stuff in there, get the community involved more. Again, we're doing Watch Along Wednesdays now, so you can go into the Watch Along Wednesdays the Watch Along Wednesdays channel in the Discord and pop any videos you want us to watch on stream on Wednesday in there. And on Wednesday, that's 2 days from now, we'll be watching those videos. That's what we do this year. We're doing Watch Along Wednesdays. So if you're not in the Discord already, feel free to join. We're not super active in there, so it's not too overwhelming. I know some people get overwhelmed in Discords. Check the Twitter if you want to catch all the latest up-to-date info from me. And I'll see you guys, I think, tomorrow for Tears of the Kingdom Tuesday. Maybe. I do have some work I need to get done. It really depends if I can get stuff done before stream. I've been waking up a little too late. But here's our raid message. Make sure you copy that raid message. We're going to go say hi to Tane Tenshi, who is playing Dark Souls 3, The Ringed City. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, everybody. I had a really, really fun, silly, wild, wacky, very autistic time babbling about my favorite shit to y'all, and I appreciate that people even listen. We're going to go say hi to Tane. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great 2024. Happy New Year. The joke is I was supposed to do this in, like, December. Okay, good night, everybody. Bye.
Natsuku